You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Hey Tony, drop that. What bass?
I bet. Dr. Dre in the place to be. Co-rockin' shit with my homeboy Steve. After Roadium, get stupid some. Yo, don't think that you can get none of Dre. The motherfucking doctor, the bitch hopper, the sucker motherfucking stopper. I'm fucked up, so don't mind what I'm saying. I'm just kicking it. But Steve, Tony, A, and Susan, yo, we be choosing dope shit to put in a mix. Know what I'm saying? We kick shit like and that's a fact. And if your shit ain't in a mix, you know it's whack. And that ain't no bullshit. I'm kicking facts on a serious tip. Word up, Dr. Dre's in full effect doing serious damage, boy.
Tony A. Tony A. When you're ready, go.
What's up, everybody? Here on Roadium Radio, it's Soren Baker. Now, normally you guys see me on Unique Access. If you don't subscribe, please do. But today I'm here for a very special reason. We're celebrating the 100th episode of Roadium Radio. And I'm here because I'm going to be interviewing our magnificent host, creator, and all that of the channel, Tony Vision, for Roadium Radio. And we have a lot to celebrate. In addition to talking to Tony A, make sure you guys look at the new Unique Access shirts. But also, Tony A told me I should definitely talk about my brand new book, The Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness. It comes out Tuesday, October 13th. I wrote this with Gucci Mane, and it's a phenomenal book. It's a lot of self-help information. Whatever you're thinking, think bigger, for instance. Don't settle for the small things, man. Life is what you make it to a large degree. So you got to get out there and get it. And one of the other reasons Tony always likes me to talk about these type of things is my other book, The History of Gangster Rap. And I got Roadium in there, of course, for those that know the book. For those that don't, please be sure to pick it up. And it's just an honor and a privilege because as a kid growing up in Maryland, I loved and listened to I didn't know everything, of course, Tony A's music and his work with High C, the Scandalous Crew. And then later I learned a lot more about Roadium and everything that was going on because in Maryland, of course, we didn't have access to a lot of those mixtapes. Even though I ended up hearing some of them early in the game, I didn't get a lot of them till later on. So it's just an honor and a privilege to be here for episode 100 for Roadium Radio. So without further ado, let's bring in our special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, Tony A.
I think people were expecting more like Tekashi 6ix9ine or somebody like that.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you guys. People were saying Kid Frost. They were mentioning a lot of Chicano rappers, Conejo. They were mentioning Criminal. They were mentioning a bunch of other rappers out there. But you know what? It's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me. And you know who gave me this idea? My boy John motherfucking Elkins. He tells me, you know what?
That's his middle name on the birth certificate.
Yes, exactly. And he says, you know what? Why don't we just shine light on you? That's what he said. So I was like, because I was thinking about getting somebody else, bringing in, whoever. And he said, nah, let's do you, man. I was like, sure, why not? So here we are, Soren.
Here we are, episode 100. And the channel is exploding in a positive way, getting millions of views, cleared 26,000 subscribers. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
It's been amazing to watch the channel grow. And you're really, I think, doing a great service to a lot of the artists that don't get a lot of attention otherwise, other than your channel. So I think that's all to be commended. And even when you have like Noel G branching out a little bit, stretching the tentacles a little bit outside of just rap. Yeah. So since this is episode number 100.
Yes.
As you look back, what's something about doing a show, doing interview segments that kind of threw you off or that surprised you?
I did one episode where I don't remember exactly what number episode it was, but I was trying to bring two individuals that on the streets, they had some beef. Okay. And everybody knows them by Night Owl, Spanky Loco. Okay. And I was just trying to bring unity because I'm all about unity. I'm all about gathering the people together and moving forward, leaving the things in the past. This was the incident that happened about 15 years ago. And kind of threw me off because I asked this individual a question: would he be willing to sit down and talk to this individual and mend things? And he kind of exploded, you know. But you know what? I was real thankful for that I kept my cool and I just kept sipping on my tequila, and I just let him talk. And he spoke what was in his heart. And you know what, Soren? Even though I got love for both of those guys, I really wish that I could have brought some type of healing to that situation and move forward as a Chicano culture. So,
Well, I think that's as media evolves and interviews evolve, there is, I think, an opportunity for that because of how someone like yourself that's so connected through the streets, through the music industry, through all these different things that a lot of people that may interview people aren't necessarily connected in those ways. I think there is the opportunity for that. But I also think now we have, since there's more control of what messages and what happens, people are more in control of it now than I'd say back in the day when it was just media conglomerates doing everything on their own, and they may have pitted people against each other, or they may not have had the best interests at heart for the culture, for the music, for people, what have you. So for you, how, once that happened and now that you're reflecting on it, how do you think you can evolve yourself to try to make that difference?
you know, there's other people out there, and they've reached out to me, Soren, after that interview. In an earlier episode, I got together two guys that I consider friends. A guy named Misfit, guy named Mr. Night Owl as well. They came here, they shook hands, they mended things, we move forward. That's what I want to see. Now here, moving forward, I've had people that have approached me and said, you know what, I got beef with this guy, and I want you to help me mend that up. Here's the thing. This is the hip hop podcast. There's a lot of Chicano rap. There's a lot of type of different genres that have come through here. Comedians, actors, Cholo Goth, my boy Prayers, you know, so many different music has come through here. I just don't want to be the guy that brings peace to everything.
Right.
You know, I'm all for that, but that's not what this podcast is made for, you know. You know, so back in the days when you had a beef with somebody, we didn't go to a podcast. We just took it up with that guy.
Right.
You know, I mean, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know, but many people want to, well, you know, put me on your podcast that I can talk to this dude. And believe me, that's just not one person, many people. So I kind of want to avoid that and just move forward and shine light on people's careers that need help, whether you're an established artist, a beginning artist, or a struggling artist. That's what I want to do, you know, and I think that's my mission here on Roadium Radio, is to help others. I feel, Soren, that I've been blessed by the fans who have subscribed, who have tuned in, who have listened. I believe that I have been blessed to be a blessing. So if I can help other people's careers, whether you're a singer, an R&B singer, whether you're a rapper, whether you're a dancer, actor, songwriter, whatever, I want to help. Mm-hmm. But here's what I don't like: certain people's approach to me that feel a sense of entitlement, that feel that somehow maybe that I owe it to them. And it's just not one, two, it's a lot of people.
Right.
It's a lot of people. And let me say this, that sitting in my seat, you have to have thick skin.
Oh, I know that. I've seen some of the comments in the chat room. They're pretty funny.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially as it relates to me.
Everybody put Soren Baker's name on the live chat. So.
But that's something that the thick skin thing is important. So for you, when I guess maybe the first couple times somebody said or did something that threw you off or that made you uncomfortable, frustrated, pissed, mad, whatever you want to label it, how did you find that was different than maybe when you were DJing, producing, trying to get in the game, or even in the streets? How is it different for you being a interviewer? You know,
because I call myself a hood journalist, and I got to keep my cool. You know, I'll give you an example. When I DJ'd, I always had either a 380 or a 9mm on the right side of one of my turntables. Whenever somebody loked up, I pulled it out.
Right.
I can't pull it out right here if somebody lokes up. I'm not going to do that, you know. But I guess I just try to calm the situation here by changing the subject. And I had to learn that because I was sharing with some people earlier that when I go back and look at some of my first interviews, I sounded like an interrogator. I sounded like, okay, you were there, weren't you? You know, that type of shit. Now, I approach it totally different. You know, I like people to get to know the person before the artist. Right. I always tell people, if they like you, even if they don't like your music,
they'll still mess with you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So, no guns. I just use my words.
Well, that's something to your point that KRS-One, I remember he had said, or at least I first saw him say this in the mid 90s, right when he was embarking upon his quote unquote solo career. Once he left Boogie Down Productions and just went as KRS-One, he said, you never want to sell a song or an album. You want to sell yourself, sell the artist. And that's a testament to, you know, KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions from 86, 87 with Criminal Minded album and the singles they had before that all the way up till today. He's still one of the most revered artists in music history, but that's because whether people like him or don't like him, they know who he is. They respect or understand his perspective on things, and he's been very vocal about political commentary, social commentary, being a supreme lyricist, a battle destroyer, all these type of things, and that's because he let people know him.
Yes.
And he also, you know, was very good about making sure that people understood, you know, he lived in a homeless shelter. He did rise from, you know, he was the proverbial rose that grew from the concrete, and he made it despite probably some of the stiffest odds you could have, you know, coming up in a homeless shelter, his mentor getting killed in Scott LaRock, and then becoming one of rap's biggest stars, and then still today, coronavirus has tapped this a little bit, but he still travels and performs around the world, speaks around the world. So that's just a testament to what you're saying, is like people have to know, like, respect you. Yes. And how do you find you yourself have been able to go from Tony A, the DJ producer, to be able to now get people to know you in a different way as a interviewer, not an interrogator?
Right. Well, you know, one thing that I want people to see is my heart. Number one, when I started doing this podcast, and I shared with you and I shared with the public, we only thought we were going to be live for maybe 2 months to promote the DOCUMIXERY in memory of Steve Yano. That was all I wanted to do.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, and it started taking a life of its own. It started, you know, doing really good. We got over 25,000 subscribers in less than a year, you know, and I just figured, let me keep going. But I'm going to answer your question with a question that somebody asked me. They said, you know what, I'm trying to start up a podcast. How can mine be successful like yours? And I thought to myself, well, there's signs of me being successful, but I guess I got to give it a couple of more years before I give that success title to myself. But I will say this. I said, look, there's nothing fancy about what I do. Instagram Live is free. Facebook Live is free. YouTube is free to go live. The only thing that's not free is internet, okay? Turn it on and go. And if people like you, they'll tune in.
Absolutely.
That's all I said. If people like you. Now, he asked me, well, how do you get people to like you? I opened up my heart, man, and I just spoke from my heart. And if people can recognize genuine or real, they'll tune in, man. People have asked me, are you the same guy off the mic that you are on the mic? And yes, dude. Right. Like, it doesn't get any realer than this. You know, my life is based on a true story. So I think people tune in because I keep it real with them.
Right. And what's one of the, beyond maybe the healing per se, what's either a question or something that happened during an episode that you were particularly pleasantly surprised either with yourself or what the dialogue ended up being?
Wow, that's a really good question. And I'm usually the ones that are asking the questions, but the response was, I asked somebody this, and I asked a lot of Chicano rappers this, what is Chicano Rap? We're doing a Chicano Rap documentary. And to add to that, Soren, and I think people contributed to a GoFundMe that we started.
Yeah.
We asked the public, if you guys really like the DOCUMIXERY, would you guys be interested in us producing, directing, filming a Chicano Rap documentary? We will open up a GoFundMe. And I always said, you can give $1, $2. Our goal was 15,000. Okay. And we would always say, you don't have to give, but it's up to you if you like. Within weeks, we met that goal and we surpassed it now.
Right.
Because they like what we're doing here and we're going to deliver it. Now, I would ask Chicano rappers, what is Chicano Rap? And many of them, everyone had different answers. Some people didn't know. Some people's answers were simple. Chicanos rapping to oldies. But there was one guy, his name was Rich G. And I asked him, what is Chicano Rap? And he really surprised me. He smiled and looked at me and said, it's our culture. And to me, that was the best answer that I had heard on Roadium Radio. It was Rich G. Much love, much respect to him. And because everybody else was, Chicano rappers are trying to guess.
Right.
And this guy actually knew what it was. So I would say maybe something like that is what really surprised me. I interviewed another one here, which I will leave unnamed. And I believe that he was probably very, very nervous. And he started confessing things that I think he should have never said on air.
Right.
You know, and I appreciate him coming, but I can't forgive him. I'm not a priest, you know what I'm saying? But that really shocked me. And I was trying to change the subject, but he kept going back. So that threw me off, that he said things that I don't think any artist should have said.
Well, that's one thing that speaks to people's comfort level with you and respecting and admiring you, and then respecting and admiring the platform that you guys are building here with Roadium Radio. And that's a testament to it, because as a journalist myself, I've had, including a number of rappers that you know very well and have worked with yourself, I've had so many of them over the years tell me things that I could write books about that I can't, because they said that to me in confidence, because I've gotten to know them over the years, or they like me or respect me, and stuff that, you know, I could never talk about. But that's because once you know, as a quote unquote journalist, once we develop the relationship and the bond with the people that we're interacting with and covering, then they're more, I think, forthright with you. But on the musical side of things, who did you talk to that you found gave you some really good revelations that even you might not be aware of? Because I would imagine, you know, a lot of people, you already know a lot of their stuff. Right.
The first person that came to my mind when you asked me that question was Chris the Glove Taylor.
Yeah.
You know, Chris the Glove Taylor is like an encyclopedia of hip hop, or, you know, dictionary. You can ask him whatever you want. Right. He was there from the very beginning, you know, especially here. I always thought that Radiotron was called Radiotron, but he said, no, it's called Radio before that. It was only called Radiotron for the movie. And after that, it just took upon the name Radiotron. A lot of little nuggets like that. And then he shared a lot of things with me off camera, you know, that he said. It was funny. He was like, hey, man, ain't nobody recording this, right? You know, ain't nobody recording. And he told me a lot of stuff about a lot of artists that really blew my mind. But stuff like, not that he said off camera, but on camera, like he shared stuff about Madonna, how Madonna was on everybody. Madonna was trying to bone anything she could. You don't believe me? Go back and look at that. I'm just repeating what he said. But he said certain things like that. And I was like, wow, I was shocked that he said it. He goes, oh, yeah, she was trying to, you know, I was like, shit. Party with her. Just a lot of little things that he shared stuff with me about Dre, Jimmy Iovine, creating the Chronic album. A lot of inside things that I didn't know. And then he actually even put certain people on blast, certain producers live on the show. So-and-so stole my motherfucking sounds.
Right.
You know, and I was like, shit. Like, so I got a lot out of him. Another person that I love very much, Violet Brown, whom I've been knowing since 87. Wow. You know, I'm going to share something about Violet Brown, and this woman has touched not only my heart, but my family. I was doing really, really bad. I chose to walk away from music. I chose, and I shared this with you on Unique Access, that I didn't love music anymore.
Right.
So I decided to go get a job. Okay, and I remember I was making minimum wage, $5.75. I was working 60 hours in 4 days. I had a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, and I was bringing home like $205. Seriously, I was, after taxes, I was getting raked over there.
Right.
One day she calls me, she says, hey kiddo, how you doing? I said, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I had all my kids. We were living in one bedroom, and they had the room, and I was sleeping on the floor. I was going to work. All I had was my SP1200, some records, on 2 turntables. And she said, she asked me, do you have any gifts for your kids? And I said, doesn't look like it, you know. She showed up on Christmas Day with multiple gifts for all my kids.
Wow.
You know, and I'm not saying like she went to Big Lots and, you know, bought toys on clearance. Star Wars toys, you know, kitchens, like she spent several $100s.
Wow.
And it humbled me. And I've always loved Violet, but that just took that to a whole new level because, you know, she could have easily said, you know what, okay, cool, well, Merry Christmas.
Right.
You know, but no, people like that have touched my life. Her and Tony G. Tony G was shared a lot of things. Interviewing Tony G, well, to me was amazing. I never got a chance to sit down and talk with Tony back in the days, but we would say hi to each other every so often. Wherever he would go spin, I would be there. You know, I would watch him, learn from him. Well, Joe Cooley was a little bit different, even though Joe was my mentor, my teacher, but I known Joe for many, many years. So for me, it was a little bit more interesting. No disrespect for the love and respect that I have for Joe, but for Tony, because I didn't get to spend that quality time.
Well, that's how it is for me with everybody,
Yeah,
because
okay.
I grew up in the distance, and then now getting to know everybody, including you, it's just been amazing because I know the feeling. Like when you're around something or you see something, but you're not part of it,
Yes.
then to be able to talk to people and like, oh man, I always wanted this, Tony G, you know, since, you know, like the first time I met you, like I'd been like, oh man, I was so curious about all these things that just knowing your name from a distance and then never running into you out here until John M.F. and Elkins reached out and made it happen. So thank you, John, for that. But yeah, it's an amazing feeling. And then you get to people like the Krista Glove, who I've interviewed on Unique Access as well. Shout out to Krista Glove Taylor. But you get those great interviews, and then you get people like Violet that, you know, become your friends and that really look out for you when you don't think they're going to, or just surprises you. And it's just really, it's amazing. I got lots of stories like that myself, where people just hit me up or like, hey, Soren, what's going on? And they, you know, come through with a blessing. So
Yes.
I know that's it's a great feeling. And I think that as Roadium Radio continues to grow, you know, that's going to happen, I think, as part of the radio show. And I think even the mending of beefs and getting people spotlight and all that is, you know, is very important. So for you as a host, what responsibility do you feel to your audience?
To be a man of my word. If I say that I'm going to have somebody here, then I try to come through. If I say that I'm going to deliver something, I would. I've taken people's money. I think we're probably about 18,000, and we're going to deliver what the public wants. They paid for it, and I owe that to them. So I feel that's one of my responsibilities. There's been times.
And you're talking about the documentary.
The documentary, the Chicano Rap documentary. You know, we bought all new equipment, and I'll be honest, we pretty much probably spent already all of it when it pertaining to new equipment. We spent over 12, probably 13 grand.
Okay.
Just on all new equipment so that they can get the best quality film, because this is for our culture, for our people. And you know what? I want people in Europe, people in Japan. I want it, you know, to all be blessed by this, by our culture, by our music, by our history. I feel that's one. Number two, one thing that I always get is that thank you, Tony, for stepping up and doing this for us, because nobody has stepped up and done it. I don't know if I've done that. I was just doing something that I love as far as filming, podcasting. I loved it when it started to take off, I guess. But now that I'm doing it, I love it. I love helping people. I love shining light on people. But most of all, I think people were looking for a platform to so that these artists can get shine, can get recognized, can get recognition for the stuff that they've been doing, because radio stations, Power 106, K-Day, don't shine light on our people.
That's true.
They don't. And so when people tell me, thank you, Tony, I take that as a responsibility that I got to keep it going, because there's been times, Soren, that I wanted to quit. I'll be real with you. I wanted to quit. There's one thing that really, really irks me is booking people and then them canceling all the time.
Right.
I mean, we have a live show to run. You know, there's people, Soren, that tell me like this: my Wednesdays and Sundays are sold up for you. Like, they belong to you now. I get home from work, I take a shower, my wife cooks me dinner, I get my 12-pack, and I sit right in front of the TV and I watch Tony A. Roadium Radio. The response has been enormous. Now we started Freaky Tales. Man, you got my wife hooked. Man, you know, my daughter loves it, you know. So I almost feel a sense of like responsibility, like, shit, I guess I got to keep it going.
As you should.
You know, so I love not only bringing joy to people's lives, but also bringing them happiness and entertainment.
And then, given that music has evolved and changed so much, and now that it's mostly a digital thing, how have you seen that the music is still important, especially to your fan base in particular?
Well, it's still very, very important, but I think, Soren, we're at a bad spot, a place in music, especially with this pandemic right now. One thing that I know about the Chicano culture, they still buy CDs. They still like hard copy. We have many, many old school people that say, you know what, shit, I'll buy a cassette if you release it.
Right.
You know, I'll buy the DVD. You know, I know everything is on social media. I know everything is on digital platforms. You know, you see all these rappers. I'm on all platforms. Here's one thing I don't like about that. And let me ask you on this question, Soren. Do you think anybody can really make money off of streams today?
It's very few that do, but the thing that I like about it is some of my friends that are emerging artists, you know, when they do get some streams on Spotify, they get a check. And whether that's, you know, $7 or $34, the fact that you're getting some acknowledgement and payment, even though it doesn't cover your expense or what have you,
right,
it's a validation and shows you that you are making progress and you are able to live your dream.
Right.
And I think because of how the industry has evolved and the business has changed so much, that validation is harder to get than ever, especially monetarily, because more than ever, we've had the consolidation of power and the consolidation of money, really, as far as the allocation of it, as far as generating money from your actual music. So there are fewer people that are making money to the way that they used to in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, etc. So with streaming, it is hard to generate revenue,
right,
but I think it allows the artists that wouldn't otherwise have a chance to get some sort of feedback. And
right,
again, you know, once you've worked really hard and you get a check from Spotify for $23.12, then you have to decide if that's encouraging or discouraging. That's up to you, you know, what you want to do at that point. But at least you know what I'm doing is resonating with some people to where I'm generating some money off of this. And then I have to decide, am I going to pursue this, or is it not worth my time because I'm not getting paid enough?
And I think you answered it correctly. That's where I was going. Like you said, it's up to you how you want to see it. Is it encouraging or discouraging?
Right.
You know, you could look at it and say, okay, you know, people are listening to it. And then you could say, people are listening to it, but I ain't making shit.
Right.
You know, I still got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to work. You know, the difference for me was that at least in the 90s, people that were signed, they didn't have jobs. They were on tour.
Right.
You know, today, there's a guy with a hot song on all platforms and a hot song on YouTube, and he's got to go to work.
Right.
that's where I think it's kind of messed up for the artist.
I agree. It's definitely not the same thing, and I think it's an ironic evolution because what we had before was the complaint that it was hard to get a record deal, which it was, relatively speaking. But the difference is those gatekeepers or powers that be or the man or whatever, the thing that they did was there was some semblance of quality control, and there was also a semblance of not everyone can do this. So it made the people that really wanted to do it invest that money wherever they got it, whether they got it from the streets, their uncle, they saved up, they worked, and then they recorded at night, whatever. But it was a real expensive undertaking to do it back in the day.
Yes.
And that, I think, kept a lot of people from wanting to do it. And then when we saw, especially in the getting into the late 90s, when the technology changed and studios in particular, and studio equipment became much more affordable, that barrier was gone. Because as you know, from making music in a studio, you had to rent the studio, you had to show up on time, you have to have the equipment, and none of that stuff was free. Whereas starting in the mid 90s, the equipment became so affordable, relatively speaking, that, I remember going up in San Francisco, I was in a studio one time, and it was in the back of a laundromat, and it was just a mic in the middle of the room. It was in a laundromat that was closed at night, and I was in there with some signed rappers at the time in San Francisco, blown away, like, wait a minute, because I had been at that point in, the most expensive studios in LA and New York, but here were these dudes, this would have been 1997, that were like, making music right there in the back of a laundromat. But that's how bad they wanted it, even though they were signed to independent labels. They wanted to get the big money and they wanted to do it. But that's the drive.
Yeah.
Look at the sacrifice those dudes are making versus now you need a laptop. It's like it's not even the same thing,
We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to come to the end of our 30 minutes. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. So you want to go ahead and dismiss us?
Yes. Roadium Radio will be back after a 10-minute break. I'm Soren Baker, Tony A., episode 100 Roadium Radio. We'll be right back. 10 minutes.
What it do? It's Mr. Little One chilling on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A. and John motherfucking Elkins, boy.
Hey, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Shadow. You're watching Roadium Radio with my homeboy, Tony A. the Wizard. You know what time it is.
Yeah, what up? This is Mr. Night Owl, and you're listening to Roadium Radio with the legendary Tony A. the motherfucking Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? Nosotros somos Aqua y estamos aquí con Tony A. the Wizard. You know Roadium Radio, damn it. You know what it is.
Yo, what up? This is Mellow Man Ace and Padrino, and you tuned in to Roadium Radio with my man Tony A. Keep it locked.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Arabian Prince from the world's most dangerous group, NWA. Sitting here with my boy Tony A. the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your homegirl Magic Girl, and you are now listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard.
Yo, what's up? This is Bozo, a.k.a. Emiliano. You tune into Roadium Radio on Tony Vision's YouTube channel. Let's get it.
What up? It's Misfit Soto. You guys are now in tune to Roadium Radio right here on Tony Vision on YouTube. Yep. Check it out. This is MC Pancho on the MIC. Shout out to Tony A. the Wizard, Roadium Radio. You already know.
What up? This is DJ Trick, Spanish Fly, and you're watching Tony A. on the Roadium Radio Show.
Big G, Roadium Radio, Tony A. in full effect. Stay tuned, watch, listen. This is how we doing it over here.
Yo, what up? I'm out here. It's Big Daddy Swoles. I'm jamming with my man, Tony A. the Wizard, out here on Roadium Radio. The podcast is off the hook. Check us out.
This is DJ Clientele, and you are listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard.
Yeah, this Baby Bounce here with Tony A. the Wizard. You are now tuned in to the Roadium Radio. We do it for the people. You hear me?
Mic check. Ernie G from Proper Dos, and I'm listening to Tony A. the motherfucking Wizard on Roadium Radio. And if you don't know, you should know.
What's up, everybody? This is Soren Baker. I'm the author of the book, The History of Gangster Rap, in stores now worldwide. and you're listening to Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A. Make sure to check it out. We talk about the Roadium Mixtapes. We're here, Soren Baker, Roadium Radio.
Y'all, this is Willie Greg, and I'm chilling with Tony the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Hey, this is Swifty Blue. I'm right here at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Stay tuned.
It's the KAS here live on Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A the Wizard.
What up, y'all? This is Kiki Smooth, the first Mexican rapper out of Compton, rich and ruthless, and you're listening to the Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Grand Wizard, El Mago himself. Hey, Compton's in the house.
What's up? It's Quite the Yes Guy with my Harbor Out homeboy Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Yes, Guy.
Hey, what's up, gente? It's your homeboy Duende. You're tuned into Roadium Radio with my homeboy Tony A the Wizard. Ya te la sabes, wey.
What up, what up? It's your boy Baldacci the Beast, F for Music, face of LA, right here at Roadium Radio. Make sure y'all tune in. Your boy Tony A the Wizard.
This is Kelvin Anderson, owner of the world famous VIP Records. And you listen to my man Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
Yeah, what up? It's Lil Black, you the brown super baller, and you checking out Roadium Radio with the homeboy Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your boy OG Big Wicked, Real Ones Apparel, Orange County. Out here with my boy Tony A the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Gotta make sure to peep it. Peace.
Que tranza raza, aquí su servidor, Sinful El Pecador, and you listening to Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard.
Check, what's up? It's your boy Capital I Man from the Mexican Crew, and you're tuning into Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard. This motherfucker's a legend. Wow.
What's up, y'all? This is Christy Glove, and you're watching the Roadium Radio Show on Tony Vision on YouTube.
What's up? This is Mr. D on Roadium Radio, kicking back with the homeboy, Tony A.
Yo, this is Fancy the Boss. Tune in on YouTube at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
What's up? This is Leo Farsayer, aka the Dragon, the Serpent, the Spear. I'm on Roadium Radio with my boy Tony the Wizard.
Hey man, Nick V and Eric V, the Baker Boys in the house, hanging out with Roadium Radio and the one and only Tony the Wizard.
Tony the Wizard, aka Kylo Ren, right here on YouTube, Sundays and Wednesdays.
Tony Vision, subscribe
Tony
now.
Vision, yeah.
Boys, big baby.
What's good with it? This is Old Creep, aka Jay Stompanato. I'm putting it down for Orange County on the Roadium Radio Show by West Coast legend DJ Tony A. We up and out this bitch.
What's up with it, dog? It's West Coast Gilly on Roadium Radio with the legend Tony A the Wizard on Tony Vision. You know what it is, West Coast to the fullest. Believe that.
What's up, everybody? This is Stefan Oyer listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Doughboy Tony. You're tuned into Roadium Radio with West Coast legend Tony A the Wizard.
What up? It's your boy Lottie the G, straight out of Santa Ana, CA, and we're right here live in the mix with the West Coast legend Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio, Tony Vision on YouTube.
Yo, what's up, world? This is Cool 187, above the law in the building. And you tuned into Roadium Radio with my man Tony A the Wizard.
What's up? This is Darren Vegas. You're on Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Real West Coast hip hop history right here.
Yo, what up? Sleepy Malo in the house, here at the Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard, giving us our voice back. One of the realest motherfuckers I know.
What's up, homie? Show me Frankie Quinones, aka Creeper from Cholo P. And you're listening to Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. That's what's up right there.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's Scooter the Savage. I'm right here with Tony A the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Everybody stay tuned, man. It's a motherfucking hit.
Yo, shout out to Roadium Radio, Tony A the Wizard, your boy Pablo Nunez right here in the studio. Be about it, people.
¿Qué onda, muchacho? Ahí viene este miro. King with the Black Chicken and Negrito de Los Angelitos, and you're checking out that Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
¿Qué hubo, Raza? This is Wicked from the brown side here on Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. You know.
What up, it's your homeboy Infinite TGM, chilling with Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure you guys go check that out.
What up, everybody? This is Wicked Baby Doll, and I'm chilling with Tony A at Roadium Radio. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow him on Instagram.
What's good? It's your boy Spanky Loco, and you tuning in to Roadium Radio with that motherfucking legend, Mr. Tony A. You know what time it is, West.
Hey, what up? This is Rebello the Dome.
And this is Dominator.
And
We came straight from the 805 ready to slap that motherfucking meat on your grill, bitch.
Roadium Radio, Central Coast Click.
What up?
What up with it? This your boy OG Magoo, Los Angeles airbrush artist, big chillin' on site with the homie Tony the Wizard on Roadium Radio. All gas, no brakes. Let's get it.
Man, you now listening to LA Icon, man, right here live with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's up? This is Esadaz, the Spanish Fly, with that reintroduction right here on Roadium Radio with my boy, the Wizard, Tony A.
Yeah, what up? It's Spanish Fly MC, Big MOC, Mr. Mos MC, on the Roadium Radio Show, baby, with Tony A, the Grand Wizard. Let's go.
Johnny D from Spanish Fly on Roadium Radio. Your one and only Theo with the giant Cheeto.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trish Toledo, and I'm over here with Tony A, John motherfucking ELKINS, and DG Media at Roadium Radio. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Blanca. Bobby D presents Uncle Snoop's Army. Chilling right here at Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure you tune in Wednesdays and Sundays at 7 p.m. on YouTube.
What up, West Coast and all hip-hop fans? This is your girl, Violet Brown, and I'm here with Tony A, the Wizard.
Yo, this is Daniel Jones, the D to the motherfucking G Media Clips. Here with your boy, Tony A, the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show.
Check, 1 2 1 2. This is Roger Live, and you are in tune to the sounds of Tony A, the Wizard on Roadium Radio, West Coast.
Yo, what's up? This is John motherfucking Elkins, and you're tuned into Roadium Radio with my homeboy, DJ Tony A, the Wizard.
Yo, call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
Almost as good as me.
What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker back here on Roadium Radio, episode number 100. It's a celebration tonight, and Tony A is always reminding me I got to promote myself. So please make sure to watch and subscribe to me on Unique Access Entertainment on YouTube. I got my brand new book, The Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness. It's coming out Tuesday. It's available worldwide, and you can pre-order it now. As you'll see, it's a lot of great photos and life lessons, man. It's one of my favorite. Nobody cares, work harder. And basically, Gucci got that from my favorite quarterback of the moment, Lamar Jackson. And basically, it's like, look, man, you know, you're going through your problems, you're going through your struggles, but you got to keep moving, because bottom line is you're going to be the one that matters. And, you know, that's a life lesson. And that's what the book, The Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness, is full of. And then Tony A also told me to make sure to talk about this one, The History of Gangster Rap. That's the book I wrote that came out a little bit ago. I interviewed more than 30 artists for the book, and, you know, Ice-T, Dr. Dre, MC Ren, dozens of artists. Shout out to RBX, did the VO for my commercial for that. MC Ren, Ice-T, Yuckmouth, CJ Mack. So many people gave me great interviews and are in my commercial for that. Scarface, got to shout him out. DJ Quick as well. And, you know, it's just an amazing thing, man. So thank you, everyone that's helped make that a success, and that's helped make Roadium Radio a success. And that's why we're here today celebrating. And if the last segment wasn't great enough, we're now joined by another illustrious guest. So we're going, this is amazing for me too as a fan, because I've never actually had this experience just yet. We're joined by High C and Tony A. Man.
Yeah. How you doing, High C?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, brother?
100?
Yes, sir. 100. I'm not 100 years old. I'm but my episode.
Keeping it 100.
Yes, keeping it 100 actually.
There you
But here's
go.
what I did. I brought out the bottle. My boy Angel from Los Tres Cochinitos blessed me with this bottle. Said it's really good stuff. So me and High C, I usually like Crawford.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and take a shot.
And I'm going to get my water.
Yes. That's really vodka, really. To be he's lying.
That's a big ass goddamn shot, bro.
Okay, then let's just sip it.
It's a celebration.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, thank you, everybody, fans. God. Okay.
That's serious.
You want another one?
Start me up, man.
Yeah, let me know if you want another one, big dog. But first of all, first and foremost, let me go ahead and thank SOREN once again for coming, and Crawford, High C. We've been on each other since teenagers.
That's crazy.
I will say this: when Crawford, High C, when he really surprised me, and I said I want to work with this guy. It wasn't when he rapped for me at my house. He came to my house. What were you? 17 years old. You were in 12th grade. Centennial?
Yeah, still yeah.
And came to my house and rapped with me, and I wasn't really that impressed. I liked his voice. That's one thing that me and Steve really liked, because it was different, it was unique. But it wasn't until he said, come DJ for me in my high school. Took my equipment, went to Centennial High School, and I saw his interaction with the crowd, and I was like, this is the shit right here. So,
well, let's speak about that, because you're a DJ, you're a rapper. The thing that always amazed me about that is the artists that did not put effort into their live performance.
Man.
So High C, as somebody that's toured extensively throughout your career, what did you notice about the dudes and females, I guess, but the people that didn't really care about their stage show versus the ones that did, once you started really getting out and about and touring with so many different artists?
Well, the simple answer is when you start getting down on stage and you feed off the crowd energy, it just gives you that extra, I don't know what it is, like when you get the hairs that stand up on your arm.
It's electric.
Chills or something. So it pushes you to even do better.
Okay.
So if you sitting there being cool as a motherfucker and you don't want to be the guy that's like, I ain't gonna break a sweat, I'm too cool for school, the crowd gonna be like, okay, we cool too. We looking at you. Cool. They kind of feed off of you,
Right.
and you feed off of them. It's like a revolving kind of door thing to me. That's just my opinion.
Well, that works for me, because growing up in Maryland, the thing that I had the benefit of is going to see go-go artists perform.
Yeah.
So everybody, that's part of the show, is being very energetic, being very entertaining, and call and response. So it's very interactive. So when I started going to shows, I started going to rap and go-go at the same time almost. Rap was a little bit
out there, huh?
Yeah, rap was a little earlier, but soon thereafter I was going to a lot of go-go shows. So when I would see rappers that just stood, didn't move or didn't like do much, it really shocked me, because I was so used to seeing these amazing performances that had all this percussion and dancing and choreography and all this. And then, the first concert I ever went to as a kid had Public Enemy. It was a Fear of a Black Planet tour. So it was Public Enemy, Chill Rob G, Heavy D and the Boys, Kid and Play, and Digital Underground. So right there, you had that's
movement.
Yeah, that's a lot of movement. That's Public Enemy at the S1Ws. Kid and Play could dance, of course. Heavy D at the Boys.
Was that Digital with Pac? Or
Pac was one of the dancers.
Pac was,
So
people don't know that.
I recognized him later.
Yeah.
Because since it was my first show, I saved up money and I got good tickets, because I was like, man, if I never go to another show, I got to see this one. So I was able to actually see the people real well. And I did remember Tupac, because he had a distinctive look, even because he was very different than the Digital Underground dudes. He had a different demeanor.
I like Pac, man. Good dude.
And he, spent a lot of his formative time in Maryland. So, in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So that's that. But I'm always curious about that. And Tony, for you as a DJ, how do you find that maybe, not necessarily with High C, but just in general, that you had to manipulate the crowd in ways that maybe you weren't expecting?
Starting with him, this is how I found out where the crowd was at, if they were going to be responsive. I would get up there, they would see me set up the turntables, and I would always practice, like, to see people's eyes, to catch their attention. Okay, this guy's cutting it up. Okay, cool. You know what? People are responding to that type of shit. Okay, cool. Sound check was good. We're about to go up on stage. Where we started out was the intro music. He was very, very good, even at a young age. hyping up the crowd before the show even started, just on some intro music. So sometimes we would go out there with some gangster shit like Atomic Dog, or Impeach the President, or Big Beat by Billy Squire. And sometimes it would like boop, 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 boop. And if the crowd started like, yeah, we kind of knew, okay, they're hyped right now. Like they're fucking ready. I mean, they're ready to spread them cheeks, you know. So sometimes it'll be a little bit harder.
Hopefully, it was mostly women.
Yeah. So it was for me. It was easy. I would know immediately if they were responsive. Immediately. Right. But when he would go out there, now throw your hands in the air. Remember, like what was that shit he used to say, man? If you want to eat your girl, I'll say, I don't know. Yeah, don't lie, man. But the crowd used to go fucking insane. And I'm going to tell you what was beneficial to us, Croft, was because back in the day, we didn't have the crowd going like this. Yeah. They enjoyed the show.
You had real interaction.
They was real. They was attentive, you know.
Okay, put it this way. This is how insane our shows were. He used to jump off the stage.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember that was a big thing. The artists would jump in the stage, walk around the crowd, rapping during the show.
We got into some shit, man. And I'm like kind of glad that we didn't have all the cameras and the social media shit. Like we got into some shit, driving around the whole country and doing this wild shit.
Well, I remember too, like even reading about it, but then seeing it myself. I mean, artists were getting fights with the crowd.
Man. Yes.
I saw that a few times myself.
I almost got into.
I'm gonna serve you again. You're not gonna say no.
God, you're trying to get me going.
It's happy hour. That's the happy hour here on episode 1.
Yeah, but when I met Tone, man, honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Like he was thinking probably like, okay, his raps is cool. When I looked at Tone, you can't judge a book by the cover.
I was a goofy ass tall man.
I'm looked at Tone, I'm like, Steve Yano, rest in peace, was the guy, because I used to go by Steve's with my demo tapes and bug the fuck out of him. And like, I'm like, Steve was another person that you couldn't judge the book by his cover. You look at Steve and be like, man, this Asian dude, like, how does he know about, like, and this motherfucker knew every name, who produced this, who played the keyboards on that, and that was this and that. Right. So he gave me, like, I was buying records too. I had turntables at the time because I DJ'd myself. I had the Technique 1200, like nobody could get Techniques, but I had them back then and shit. So I used to try to get records, like, and records was for us kind of expensive to get 2 of the same shits all the time. So I used to go there and bug him, like, man, you know, blah, blah, blah. And Steve wanted to introduce me to Tony. So I'm thinking, like, and he didn't really say, he just said Tony, you know. So I'm thinking Tony, like, automatically, I'm thinking, like, okay, a little badass kid like me from the hood, black dude, this and that. And I saw Tony, I'm like, okay, is this motherfucker gonna really be like? And he was so impressive, bro. Like when he took out the turntables and he was on beat, and I'm like, this motherfucker on beat. Yeah. And then when he was doing like the mixtapes, I used to sit there and I would just leave because that shit took. It's not like Pro Tools today. That shit took forever for them to do mixtapes and tracking and mixtapes, kids. Days. It's like really a fucking tape that go around. Like if you show a kid a cassette tape, they don't even know what the fuck. They think it's like a motherfucking paperweight or something. Like, they don't know what a cassette is. So it's a real tape. So they used to be back there, man. I'm talking about for hours. I would go and be fucking around and go get some to eat and come back and they'll still be tracking. But Tony impressed me with all of his knowledge on just what to fly in, what to do, what to scratch in. Like, it was just, I give him props for that, bro.
To me, it was all about the artist. I always wanted to make, High C look good. And it was just a cassette.
Right.
And it was just a cassette. And then to hear the response back that we were getting, it was just incredible. I mean, I still remember, and one day, maybe we'll make a little mini series. This guy drives up to my house. He's wearing all white. And he's got a long ass juicy jury curl tripping fucking everywhere. Okay. And he's got these big old like goggles, like glasses, And he comes over and, I'm like, what the fuck? He had an El Camino, the white El Camino with the graphics and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And in the back, it had Outstanding. And guess what he was bumping? Outstanding by the Gap Band. Yeah, that was the shit. Yeah. So Steve tells me, if I could back up a little bit, he goes, hey, Tony, there's a guy up at the back of the swap meet. He's Blood. He's from COMPTON. He's from a Treetop, I think. Steve was talking. And go talk to him. But this guy was a fucking nice dude. So he comes over, we chill. But I'll tell you what. This fool right here, here's when he showed me it was a real one. We're leaving Centennial High, and he's driving me home in his El Camino, and some dudes, I don't even know if he even remembers, some dudes say something to him, and he's like, And I was like, holy shit, like this fool right here throwing it up. Like, cool, I can hang with this fool. I like real. So, you know what? It was all love after that.
Yeah. You didn't tell them about the time we almost got killed with Steve Yano in the van. Where was we at? Harbor City or somewhere?
No, we were coming down PCH. Yeah, we were coming down Wilmington, made a right on PCH. And you want to tell them? Or?
Nah.
We'll leave that for the. That's off the camera story.
Yeah. But you know what? Anyway, go ahead, Soren. Sorry, I talk too much.
No. I think it's amazing because the history of all this is so important, and one of the things that ties me to this that I think is very important that you guys both participated in and helped popularize or sustain at the minimum was there's, I think, this lost reality of the West Coast mixtape from Swap Meets, from Roadium, because everybody always talks about the Red Alert or the Mr. Magic or off the radio, but they never talk about here. So why do you guys think that is? That those tapes aren't more legendary or revered historically?
At the time, to me, like when we was coming up, the spotlight, you know how it kind of go from like it'll go from the East Coast, it'll go back to the West. We had it in the 90, like 2 Snoop and all the Dre shit. Now it's to me down south with the new movement. And it's just like they had the ear of everybody at the time. So our tapes was still cracking. I remember a story like we was all on tour, Quick, AMG, Second to None. And I had Tony, you know, because we did the tape, so I want to hear my own shit sometime and just post a little bit. I remember Eric Sermon, bro, and I never forget when DJ Scratch, Tony wasn't there. And I played the tape, and them motherfuckers was sitting there like, this is Scratch. You know, Scratch for me, that motherfucker.
He's phenomenal.
He's back. He was sitting there like, what the fuck? He was blown away by your tape, bro. And at my boy Premier, man, I love DJ Premier. He followed us around with Keefe in the van, and it was Too Short on the actual tour, and they heard his tape. And they just went nuts, like, man, yo, you know how to get son, how the fuck is he doing this, kid? Like, like they was just blown away. But I knew it, and I just kind of sat there and laughed because I'm the type that just kind of sit back and don't look for the credit on shit. But Tony had a lot to do with like a lot of shit before people even know about it. Like Ice Cube rapping on certain shit, Dre, like the shit that I did with CB4 rapping for Chris Rock. That was my voice through the whole Straight Out of Low Cash and Sweat from My Balls. That's all that shit is me. But I don't go around saying certain shit like
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah. I'll say it wasn't sweat from my balls. It was you can lick the sweat from my balls. Okay. So yeah, that was all him.
You know, just shit that we kind of, I don't know. We never been like the boastful type, but we got a lot of shit that we can talk about. Just to connect the dots, you know.
And that's something that I think is very important and something that I know Roadium Radio does a great job with and that I try to do on Unique Access is Unique Access Entertainment also on YouTube is that I always try to like from what my knowledge base is and try to expand it by interviewing everybody, but showcasing all this greatness that we have in all this music that we grew up loving, you guys grew up making and listening to, and then I just grew up loving and wanting to be a part of because, you know, there's this misconception. Like I love.
Well, Soren, put me on your show so I could tell you about me and Cardi B's love child that we have that nobody talks about.
We're on it. We're on it next week.
We got like a 5-year-old daughter.
Yeah, I know.
Breaking news.
But it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
Breaking news. High C
fake
and Cardi
news.
B.
Fake news.
Cardi B expecting second child next week. No, but the thing is, of course, the New York DJs created it and all that, and then to me, among the second wave, you know, is the Philadelphia DJs were phenomenal, you know, with Code Money, Tat Money, Cash Money, all that. And then with the West Coast, though, you know, we had dozens of DJs, and the Roadium was a great, you know, showcase for that. And that was, like I told Tony A before, that I had heard of him and heard some of these mixtapes early. I don't know how they ended up in Maryland because I didn't know really anybody from California. But
that's the shit to me though. Yeah. That was dope when you hear your shit way out here.
Yeah.
Or you get out here and you be like, wow, the fuck they get that? Because we done had the luxury of today, like the artists today, they can push one button and they shit can be
anywhere
in Korea. It could be wherever the fuck
in
you want it to be.
Czechoslovakia.
We had to jump in the van, get out, you smell like goat cheese when you finish riding for 24 hours. Go to a motherfucker, sit down like yourself, and say, hey, this is my shit. If you're in a bad mood that day, you're like, oh, fuck out of here. Okay, bye. Yeah, thank you for coming. Get out of here, you know? So the platform today is just much, I mean, it's saturated as fuck, but they still have opportunity to just, bam, get the shit out there.
Yeah. Well, that's something I wanted to ask you guys about, because the opportunity and what Roadium Radio has built, I think is so impressive, because I know for me as a kid growing up, listening and liking your guys' music, it was hard for me to be able to find articles about you guys or coverage about you guys. So now, like, looking back, what did you see the media's role in helping promote you guys versus how you see the media works today?
You go first.
Oh, well, just what I see right off top, like I said, was just the technology of everything right now is just so far advanced. Like we talked on the break about doing a Zoom message and shit. Like back then, it wasn't no shit. Zoom your ass in the car, or Zoom your ass on the plane or the bus and get down there.
Zoom.
Exactly, yeah, Zoom. It wasn't no like, hey, let me flick a button and I'm asshole naked from down here, but I got a shirt and tie on up here, and I'm at the house acting like a businessman, you know?
Right.
So you have to really go out and shake a hand and, you know, kick some tires and do some shit, you know?
You know, I'm going to say this. How many people can say that they've been in the Source magazine, especially Chicanos? We were in the Source magazine, okay? We were in Spanish newspapers, multiple rap pages. And you know what? And I have them all. Back then, it was a joy, and it was almost like an accomplishment to have been on that. You know, today, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, you know, people promote themselves, and that's all dope. But back then, it's almost like you had to earn it, you had to pay dues. You had to be recognized that you were fucking dope to be on that shit, you know? I think today, it's kind of hard, Soren, to judge it, because I know people that are just social media famous,
right?
and that's it. So my question to myself is, would they have made it in the 90s, in the early 90s, late 80s? And I would say 95%. Me in the rap, I would say no. I would say no. So
yeah, I think it's interesting you say that, because I remember about 6 months ago I was listening to an artist that I really liked, who came out in the 80s and then had, a 5 or 6 year run where he was prime. But I liked him, but I never thought he was like an elite lyricist.
Say his name.
No.
Say it, Soren.
But.
Because I probably like the same motherfucker.
But.
J. Rue the Damager.
No. But the thing is, when I was listening to him,
come on, man,
he didn't come out in the 80s. But
he was after the 80s.
But the point is, when I was listening to it now,
was they with the Juice Crew?
No, I was like, this dude would be like the greatest rapper of all time if he came out right now. And back then, he was like,
you got it, bro.
Then he was like, he was above average, and I really liked him, and I liked him probably more than a lot of people.
Yeah,
but he wasn't like revered as a super lyrical.
G-Rap?
No, he wasn't. He's in the Juice Crew. But my point is the level of what we look at and what is good and what is not good and all that is so different, because I think of so many factors. But it's just I'm always curious about that, where people, had they come out 5 or 10 years later, where they would be or how they would be looked at. Because look at Big Daddy Kane. When he was wearing suits and dressing up and all flashy, everybody said he was whack and dismissed him. And then fast forward 3 or 4 years, everybody's doing what Kane did.
Yeah.
Kane's the shit. Even
Kane
to
can
the
rap like a motherfucker.
No, he's one of the best ever.
Yeah, of course, he's the shit.
Still is.
He's in my top 5, along with, and that's not by order. Everybody knows me who's tuned into Roadium Radio. Rakim, KRS-One,
me,
Crawford, of course.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No. Hold on.
I just fucking.
Mi high C1, mi compadre. Tú no me gustas. Okay.
A la verga.
First black rapper to ever rap in Spanish.
Exactly. Doing that shit a long time ago.
/ Mexican.
Man, I was raised by the wolves.
There you go.
So,
yeah, but I think it's interesting to see the evolution and how things are evaluated so differently than they were like in your guys when you guys were first coming out, or even a little bit before versus now. So, Tony, for you with Roadium Radio, how now that the artists are emerging, how do you find? Because we've had lots of talks off air about this type of thing in general, but how do you find you look at, consume, and understand and appreciate music of the newer artists versus, when you, before you even got in the game, maybe when you were just DJing,
right?
How has that changed or stayed the same for you?
If I understood your question correctly,
it's starting to kick in, huh?
Yes.
Already?
Dude, I took one motherfucking shot and shit got me sweating.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, okay. Let me say this. It's very, very hard for me, Soren, and hopefully I'm answering it right. It's very hard for me to find great music today.
Okay.
It really is. See, back then, West Coast had its sound, East Coast had its sound, the South had its sound. We were able to tell us the East Coast beat, I need some East Coast shit on my record. Right. I need some down South shit on my record. I need some West Coast shit on my record. Today, across the board, everything sounds the same to me. It's very hard for me to find that. I'm going to mention two artists that I thought last year, 2019, Chicano artists, okay, that really, really caught my attention was a guy named Misfit Soto.
Okay.
And he knows that. He was actually my episode 2. He had released an album called Embrace the Breakdown. I thought this guy was on his way up, and I believe he still can be. He released a record. It was so hot to me that I took it to Violet Brown, and she said to me, "This shit is fucking hot." I almost saw him like, I don't know, like a Post Malone, some type of shit like that. And another guy named Cool Joe, he had one good song that I really, really liked. And I said, okay, there's hope. But I find it really, really hard within my culture to find really, really great music. Not just cool music, but great music. I'm looking for that. Of course, other people probably differ with me, and that's fine, but that's just my opinion. But back then, fuck, there was a fucking dope-ass album coming out every fucking month.
Yeah.
And my thing is this, what went wrong? We had less. Today we have more. And I think today, my opinion, music got worse.
Well, I have a bunch of theories on that. But,
okay.
But
you hear me.
I understand what you're saying, but I think there's a fundamental difference in, like we talked about a little bit in the last segment.
Yeah.
There was a level of quality control that we don't have anymore.
Very true.
And so when in your guys' prime, let's say there was 100 artists, now there's 1,000. So of those 100, if people had different types of things they liked, they could find those 20 artists that they liked out of the 100. But now to find those 20 artists you like, you got to go through 1,000 artists. And it's just a different thing. Mm-hmm. And almost no rap was even promoted on the scale that we see today.
Right.
So when, just talking about the Juice Crew, when Big Daddy Kane or Cool G Rap or Craig G or Master Ace or Roxanne Shante or MC Shan was coming out, like that was an event because there weren't that many artists.
Right.
So when those particular artists got their moment in the sun, or Marley Marl put out In Control Volume 1, then all of a sudden, like, that's like a big deal because we've been looking for this album, we've been waiting for it, and they've also, other than probably Shan at that point, nobody's even put out an album yet. This is like all their first album. Yeah. And that, like Bismarcky, the same thing. So, we knew them from singles. But
he was talking about Biz.
No.
See, he didn't mention
him. He said
he came out in the 80s
but
also.
he still was with the Juice Crew.
And he came out in the 80s.
Yeah. Crawford is still the same 17-year-old guy that I met. He hasn't changed. I love this dude. So.
0 for 2.
So.
Yeah,
but I always I always find that very interesting because the way that artists are looked at and evaluated now, I think is so totally different. Because back in the day, for me at least, and most of my friends, we just wanted to know if we thought they were good. Yeah. Like, did we like them? And we would, I happen to like almost all rap, all styles, which is why I ended up in my career.
Yeah.
Because I love basically every style. I might not like certain artists or I like stuff better than others, but some of my friends, you know, they like East Coast. So when I would pull out an Above the Law tape or something, they'd be like, "What is that? You know, what are you listening to? Where's Pomona?" Or
My theory on this, Soren, is I always tell people this. They ask like, "What's my opinion on certain shit?" And I always tell them like, it's like if we was painting this Roadium sign right here, Roadium Radio, some person might start off with the outline of red. Some person might do it a different way. My thing has always been, if you're gonna do it, like fuck what you doing or however you doing, like that should be just you, period. That should be just a no-brainer. Like, okay, I'm from wherever you from, fuck that. But just doing it right, bro. Like sometimes I hear shit that's offbeat, or I hear shit that's like just like the sound quality because of our technology again. Like motherfuckers is doing records in the bathroom at the house
because it's easy.
Yeah, but
they don't
make
it good.
But if you really have a trained ear for this shit, like Tony does, like we can hear certain shit. And my son, he's young. He'll ask me like, "Dad, why you know?" I'm like, "Listen to this, and this is where the snare comes in, and it's going pow." This is pow. Like I said, that shit's not right. It's supposed to be mixed a certain way. You can't hear what he's saying. Like I just would like for them to put more effort into like just making that shit, because all of the shit ain't whack. I like a lot of the dudes that's really genuine about their shit and do their shit. I fuck with it. I like it. I'm not saying I'm going out and you gonna pull up on the side of me and I'm blaring the shit out of my car and I'm bumping it like crazy, but I respect the ones that do the shit right versus the ones that just kind of like, oh, rap is the new hustle. I'm gonna get on and give me, you know, I'm gonna make me $1 million doing this crazy shit. And then the second, my pet peeve, I'm not to hold you up, but just we always had, like Tony said, identification shit. Like we from the West, we couldn't come out like the dude did and sound like Future. Like you would get punched in you know this song. You would get socked in your motherfucking face for trying to sound like Soren if he rap, or trying to sound like Tony if he rap, or trying to sound like Eazy-E. We didn't play, like back then, the East Coast didn't play that, the West, the South. You had to have your own shit and do your shit.
Your own style, man.
Yeah, like people, like now, sometimes I hear shit, I'm like, man, who is that? And I'll be thinking it's somebody else and it's the same. It's like, nah. Or you hear a dude that's supposed to be from the city and he from somewhere else. It's like, man, he sound like he from, shit's crazy. It's all over the place.
Yeah, we've lost, before Tony, you get to that, just to build off High C's point, is like, in a lot of ways, it's not totally, but we've lost, each city has lost its identity to a large degree because of the ease of recording over the internet and the ease of getting in touch with artists. I just remember a quick story of MC8 and Compton's Most Wanted when Scarface came out and did In Too Deep off the Music to Drive By. Scarface had to be here to do the song or it wouldn't have got done. You know, and that's the difference of now. Like you could just be you could be in Ukraine and email somebody a beat and then they send it back to you.
I remember when I first got that tape, I gave it to Crawford. I remember what he did with it. But before I tell you...
Music to Drive By?
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
All right. So. Hold on. We'll be right back on Roadium Radio.
Don't go nowhere.
Music to Drive By talk coming soon.
So...
Yo, what's up? It's Bella. I'm here on Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A. the Wizard. Stay tuned.
Yo, it's Ray Monique on Roadium Radio with Tony A. the motherfucking Wizard. Tune in and subscribe.
What's going on, everybody? This is Big Rich G here at Roadium Radio with Tony A. You guys got to check this out, man. Don't miss out. Tune in.
It's your boy Producer AI here at Roadium Radio. It's your boy Tony A. Make sure y'all subscribe every Sunday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. with the dopest podcast popping in the motherfucking West Coast. Make sure y'all subscribe. Peace.
Yeah, this is Pablito here at Roadium Radio. I'm here with Tony A. the Wizard. Tune in.
What's cracking? It's your boy Noel G in the house, a.k.a. Hector. You guys know what time it is right here with the Roadium Radio Show hosted by your boy, Tony A. the Wizard. Keep listening. We got something good for you.
What's good, beautiful ladies? It's your boy MC Magic, Tony A. the Wizard. You already know. Roadium Radio Show. Turn it up.
Yo, what's hood good with y'all? This your boy Big Prodigy from the legendary South Central Cartel, and I'm over here chilling with my homeboy Tony A the Wizard on the Roadium Radio Show. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the page on YouTube. And by the way, check out that interview with yours truly. You dig? Wes.
What's up, guys? This is my YouTube. You're watching Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Little Silent from BOTG, the voice of the ghetto, man. Tune in every Sunday and Wednesday to Roadium Radio. You already know, hosted by the legend himself, Tony A the Wizard, man. Just don't miss out, man. That shit be active out here.
What's up, everyone? This is Antonio Pelayo. I'm here at Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Make sure to subscribe.
Yo, what's up, everybody? LA Baseball Head here, also known as LAFC Soccer Head, chilling on Roadium Radio with my homeboy, Tony A the Wizard.
What it do? DJ Joe Cooley. You chilling with me, DJ Tony A the Wizard, and Roadium Radio. You heard me?
What up, everyone? This is Solipa. Tune into Roadium Radio, hosted by Tony A the Wizard.
What up, what up? Susie Q in the motherfucking building. I'm here chilling with Tony A, the motherfucking Wizard. Roadium Radio, YouTube. You guys check it out. Subscribe. Spank it easy.
Yo, this is Shady Boy right here with Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio.
What's poppin' with it, family? It's your boy Jokes Loves Life, and you are now tuned in to Roadium Radio with the one and only Tony A the motherfucking Wizard. That's right, love life, y'all.
It's your boy We Throw Trees, Roadium Radio in the house, Tony A the Wizard, what's up?
What's up, this is your boy Panther on Roadium Radio. Tune in with your boy Tony A the Wizard, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yay.
This is Murray Brumfield, aka Mexicali Slim, Familia Records, and you rolling with Roadium Radio with Tony A.
Yo, what up, it's your boy DJ Kazam. We're right here live, Roadium Radio with my boy Tony A the Wizard. That's what's up. Ooh.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl Mariah Avila. I'm here on Roadium Radio with Tony the Wizard. Please subscribe, like, and comment.
Yo, what's cracking? It's your homeboy, Mr. Motherfucking Junebug. And you just tuned in to Roadium Radio with Tony A the motherfucking Wizard. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel. You know.
Cuvole Raza, it's your homeboy Hypnotic right here in Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Make sure you subscribe, like, and do all that. Don't forget to comment. Much love.
Yo, this is Grincho Brown on Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard. Keeping this shit popping, all West Coast, all love. Shout out to my Raza, we getting it.
Hey, look, this is Chunks, the San Diego All-Star, and you are now tuned in to Roadium Radio right here with Tony A the Wizard. Tap in.
Oh man, we right here live on the Roadium Radio with the homie Tony A. Royalty, Low Profile Records. Oh man.
What's up, it's your girl Carolyn Rodriguez here at Roadium Radio. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday and Sunday to Tony A the Wizard.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Tony G. You're listening to Roadium Radio with the homeboy Tony A the Wizard. Roadium Radio.
Yo, what's cracking? It's 2Max of Mexican descent, visionary shapeshifters, Good Life Project Blowed, LA Underground Hip Hop. You're tuned into the Roadium Radio with Tony A the Wizard on Wednesdays and Sundays. LA Hip Hop will save the world. Ooh, ooh.
Alright, what up? It's your boy King Cash right here at Roadium Radio with the homie Tony A the Wizard. Make sure you guys subscribe.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Trouble P here at Roadium Radio with your boy Tony A the Wizard. Make sure y'all subscribe and tune in. West Coast.
Yo, what it do? This your boy, Big Havoc. One Hood Admiral, South Central Cartel General, and you're tuned in to Roadium Radio with my boy, Tony A, the Wizard. Stay locked in.
Hello everybody, this is Rocky Padilla,
and you're listening to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard.
Hey, what's up my people? Hey, Trouble Kid right here, you know, in the house. Shout out to Tony A the Wizard, and shout out Roadium Radio. Much love, thank you for having me. What up world, it's YQ, Young Quicks, and right now you're listening to the OG Tony A the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Make sure to keep it locked, subscribe, comment, hate, it don't matter, man, we get into it. It'll 5 stand up.
Hey, what up, it's your boy Mark Cruz.
You're now tuned in to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard, the Legend. Tap in.
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Queenie. You're tuned in to Roadium Radio. Check my man Tony A, the Wizard, every Wednesday and Sunday. Stay tuned. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what it is.
What's up, pimpin'? It's your boy Johnny Boy, aka Mr. Las Vegas, at Roadium Radio with your boy Tony A, the Wizard. Yes, catch us every Wednesday and Sunday. Yeah.
Hey y'all, this is Elia Cadena here at Roadium Radio with motherfucking Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sarah S. I'm here live at Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure you subscribe and tap in on Wednesday and Sunday evenings. One love.
Can I get a moment of your time? Hey, it's your boy Lucky Sun Zoo from Hood Starks Podcast. Hey, fuck with one of the best podcasts in the game, Tony A, the Wizard, Roadium Radio. Don't motherfucking play with it. Don't sleep on it. Hey, HA, stand the fuck up. Yes, sir.
What's up? This is Clever from the Brown side. Make sure you guys tune in to Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. If not, you're a bitch.
What's cracking? It's your boy Young Thrive right here with the homie Tony A, the Wizard on Roadium Radio. Don't forget to subscribe, man. Check out the best interviews on the West Coast. Yeah.
I'm on the Roadium Radio. What up? It's ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown. You know, your daddy's favorite rapper, your mama's favorite DJ, plus that YouTube star, you know what I mean? RBG fam. Lighter Shade all day with the homie, Tony A. Right here, Roadium Radio, Sundays and Wednesdays. Let's go.
What's up, guys? It's Baby Girl. I'm here at Roadium Radio with Tony A, the Wizard. Make sure you tune in on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Dumb at the Roadium with the funky drum, and you know my man Steve can get some. With a fool like Tony A when he plays stupid dope shit by WA. You wanna spray? Dumb motherfuckers, no doubt. And sucker DJ, get the fuck out. Tony A.
What did you say your name? What did you say your name?
Tony A. I have won $1 million.
Lights, cameras, action, sound. Give me that mic, I'm about to go down.
Thinking of a master plan.
This story's funny. I met this girl and she had money.
All right, everybody, we're back here on Roadium Radio, episode 100, The Celebration. I'm Soren Baker. Of course, I'm taking Tony A's place just for today because, we got to celebrate the man, the myth, the icon, the legend. And of course, we're joined by our special guest, High C. And before we go, since this is going to be the last segment, Tuesday is a big day, y'all. The Gucci Mane Guide to Greatness. It's my latest book. Gucci Mane and I did this. It's a phenomenal piece, and it's really an inspirational book. Like I said before, nobody cares. Work harder. There's a lot of lessons and gems in this book. Gucci's very intelligent, very philosophical, and we get into a lot of things that helped him turn his life around. It's very uplifting, inspirational, and aspirational. And for those that don't know or don't have it yet, my other most recent book, The History of Gangster Rap. You know, as you can see on the back, I got Ice-T, Shout Me Out, Exhibit, the DOC, and Big Les. So since they all think it's a great book, hopefully y'all do too. Now, on to today's topics. Also, be sure to watch me on Unique Access Entertainment on YouTube. Please subscribe if you haven't already. You know, we're doing big things over there. I just had a big interview with Ice-T, among many others. We got a lot of great stuff going on. So, as for the 100th episode of Roadium Radio, first of all, congratulations, Tony A.
Man, thank you.
Yes.
100, bro. I know. And I'm half 100. So
there you go.
So that's pretty good.
There you go. And High C has been amazing. Actually, really getting to sit down with you for the first time in reality. So that's a beautiful thing, man.
For sure.
And it's just amazing to see the success. So, as you guys have been in the game for so long, and as you guys are seeing your careers evolve and develop and do different things in life and inside and outside of music, what things have you been surprised with yourself that you're doing in 2020 that in 1991-ish you would have had, you wouldn't have thought about it?
Let me go first on that one. The technology today.
Okay.
Technology is awesome. I'm thankful for technology because back then for us, Croft, back in the day when we had a interview with Power 106, 10 minutes maybe. Yeah. And it was because we had a new record out. And that was it. And it was pretty much simple question. So you guys are amazing. You guys are great. Where can people see you? We're going to be at the Palace. Oh, when's the record coming out? This is the date. So what can people expect from you? Okay, bye. Get the fuck out. Pretty much.
Right.
Today, now, I encourage people. We have the technology. Go live. See what happens. I mean, if your shit is popping, it's popping. If people like you, they'll tune in. If they don't, it's a wrap. Do something else. Reinvent yourself.
Right.
But I am thankful that we have the technology that we can do what we do today. Because back in the day, we never thought about pretty much having our own radio station, if you will. We call it podcast today. But today, we have our own little shit. Back in the day, we would have been on cable. The box.
What's that? Access? What do they call that? Cable access?
Yeah, we would have to been on cable and paying a gang of fucking money monthly.
Right.
So today it's like all you got to do is pay internet, and it costs $75 a month. So here we are.
And then you're worldwide.
Yes. You know what? Let me say that I got people from Germany, from give up my boy Aslan Nation from New Jersey, Kansas City, Texas, Arizona, Colorado, up north, that all inbox me, DM me, email me, or page me, whatever, and they tell me we're watching, and so I'm thankful for that, and that's why I try to give people opportunities. Some people just can't wait to be on here, that they get a little hostile, and once you do that, honestly, and it goes off the subject of your question, to me, approach is everything. You'll never be on here if you approach me wrong.
Right.
Go start up your own stuff, and I'll leave it at that. But I think it's a good thing. I think technology today is a good thing, and I'm thankful that I'm still alive to see a cell phone. Because back in the day, this would have been some Star Trek shit to us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
To go live is amazing, and I mean, come on, girl.
Our phone's as big as this fucking thing. Like the first phones we had was like, oh, he got
go.
Hold on. We got the brick phone right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine OG, see what I'm saying?
And this thing is heavy.
And we used to ride it around.
It's like 3, 4, 5 pounds.
And crack a motherfucker over the head.
Hell yeah, that was a weapon.
So yeah.
But Soren, my thing, like to jump in a little bit, I was impressed. I was with my childhood friend, DJ Quick, and we did this little skit like the doctor that got drug off the plane for, you know, his seat or whatever. So we reenact the skit. We was early in the morning. We took a chance on really getting kicked off the fucking plane. But we did this little skit, and I drug quick down the aisle, and we was having fun or whatever. And just to see, like, he showed me the numbers of like how many people was watching, and it went from like 400, then it went to like 1,000. Because I don't really do social media. I just have my own reasons why I don't really like to be. Sometimes everybody got a voice, and it's like too many cooks in the kitchen type shit. You know, I just got my own. That's a whole nother fucking shit. But just to see, I was impressed by how the numbers jumped and how it jumped from certain people, and people start chiming in. So we took off. It was like at about 1,000, like, because the plane still was there. Man, when we landed, it was like 10,000 people saw it, 20,000. And this shit had actually went viral. And I'm like, fuck, the power of social media versus
real.
This shit is real, bro.
Yeah.
And just, in my opinion, just for me, my personal reasons, I like when people use social media for the good shit. I like when people use social media to bring awareness to certain stuff, like not just to come out there and be the baddest motherfucker on the block and I'll beat your ass and this and that, and you never could catch them. We had this thing like at the high school, we call it 3:15 because that's when the bell rang. If we had a problem, it'd be like, oh, hey nigga, 3:15. Well, 3:15, nigga, I see you.
Right.
So 3:15 when the bell rang, you know what it means. Knuckle, tie your shoes up, get your shit together. Because it's 3:15, but now motherfuckers can say, "Oh fuck, I see he a big pussy, he ain't shit," and that's on that, and you never get a chance to see him because he's in Iowa in a closet,
Utah somewhere.
Yeah,
you know, you got guys on there. Where you from, fool? Talking to somebody in China.
Yeah,
you know.
So it's the good and bad of it. You know, that's the part that I didn't like about it. But just like to reiterate, it's the goodness of it and using it for good shit. I love social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So then, Tony A, what are the plans for Roadium Radio moving forward?
Wow. Moving forward, getting a bigger building eventually.
Signing High C to a 5-year deal with big incentives.
Big time.
I'll take one of those too.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh shit, we could be the three Musketeers.
There you go. While you're handing them out, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not your puppets. So
well played.
But getting a bigger building and eventually inviting a studio audience to at least maybe 25 to 50 people.
Oh shit.
And to be honest with you,
the Latino Senior Hall and shit.
Exactly.
Woo 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 woo.
So yeah, that's what I want to do. And for those that would like. We would offer, like, we just have a bunch of crazy ideas. Doesn't mean we're going to do this. Offer a special package if they want to pay to meet and greet after. And the interviewee will get a portion, or if not half, of whatever we charge.
Dope.
For meet and greet.
Are you going to
pictures.
put like prizes under the seats and shit? Like, look under your seat.
You might get a rubber.
You get a car. You get a crack pipe. You get a sack.
Exactly.
You get some good shit.
You get a G-string. Used.
You get a chlamydia test.
So yeah, but definitely a bigger building. People, me and John have been talking about possibly Roadium Radio record label. Here's the only thing, because I have access to artists now. Here's the only thing that I don't like about that idea is how do you make money, bro?
Right.
How do you make money off
No, I know this motherfucker like the back of my hand. When these artists start coming up to him and saying, "Well, I didn't do this and I didn't do that," Tone's gonna slam the door in their face. He not gonna answer the calls. They booed me, Holmes.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like, "That calls for you." So
yeah, Tone, you I don't think you have the patience for.
I don't have any patience. I don't.
I wasn't.
I don't have any patience. A lot of people that test my patience, especially on social media. And I will say this, that, and I'm not calling nobody out, but here's the thing. Here's what I don't appreciate about people that call me out or are disrespectful to me on social media. I go everywhere, and the majority of the time, I go by myself.
Right.
And if I don't go by myself, I'll go with my son. And many of these people never tell me to my face. And it isn't that I'm the baddest motherfucker, but I'm not one that goes on social media and becomes an internet warrior, tells the motherfucker off, and then when I see the guy, they apologize to me. Why even go there? Like, right. I don't get it. Anybody can post some dumb shit on social media. And I think that's one thing that I don't like about this generation, because we have a bunch of people like that. They'll post something, and then when they see you, they'll just say, "Man, I got love for you, I got respect for you. I didn't really mean that." But you're dealing with somebody from older generation that takes that shit personal. You know,
no 315.
Yeah, no 315. No 315.
It'd be like 2313.
Look, I'm gonna give you an example, okay? And I won't say it out of respect for Compton. Tim Dog, rest in peace. He's made a song called F. Compton.
Mm-hmm.
Who approached him as the Jack the Rapper? D. Yellow Eyes. All you guys that were there approached Tim Dog. And he just said, I just did it for the money, I just did it for the clout, or whatever. We get it. I understand that. But that was real life. That's not social media.
Right.
And that's what's going to happen when these guys constantly threaten people or, whatever. So I don't even acknowledge them, but shit like that does happen, And my thing is this, that if anybody has anything negative to say, like a man, just say it to me. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So.
Well, to that point, I remember I had interviewed, this would have been in, I think, 98. I interviewed Mac 10, and I asked him, I said, Mac, at this point, you're putting out I think this would have been his third album. It was after, based on a true story. I think it was The Recipe was coming out, and Thicker Than Water was coming out, and I'd gone to the set and seen the movie being made and all this other stuff. And I just remember asking him, I said, at this point, some of the artists that have been affiliated with Cube had issues with him or left him or talked trash. But you, on the other hand, have been with him now for several years, longer than anybody else. I said, what was different about you or whatever? And he said, look, man, I'm not Ice Cube. So when Ice Cube is getting money, they were thinking they should be getting the same money when they're doing their first show. Yeah. Nah, that's Ice Cube, dog. You're not Ice Cube. Yeah. You should not be getting the same money.
Yeah.
Your record deals should not be the same.
Yeah.
He's Ice Cube. So he said, Mac 10 told me, he said, I looked at that like, I'm going to learn from this man, and I'm going to use my opportunity to get in the door to try to better myself and open myself up to these opportunities. So then we saw Who Bangin' Records. We saw a movie with Thicker Than Water. We saw West Side Connection. Yeah. And that's Mac 10 using his opportunity to get himself better, to better himself in his situation. And I think to what Tony's saying, like, that's the key, and something that I've always tried to learn from all the artists and the business people and the personalities and everything that I admire. It's like, what are they doing right that I can, follow through for myself?
That's real. I like that, bro.
And that's what Mac 10, right. I had already had that mentality, but when Mac 10 said it, I had a whole different appreciation for him, and a whole different appreciation for the music industry and really business, period. And I think Mac shows that he's been, he sold millions of records as a solo artist. He had West Side Connection. He's had movie success, and he's done concert promotion. He's been doing for years.
Yeah, promoter. Mac is a smart little motherfucker. That's my dude, man.
Yeah, and that's
promote
the
concerts, and I'm like, man, we going to pick, like, on the road with Quick. We going to pick up our check, and it's like, man, who did this? This is like Mac 10 is the promoter. I was like, what? Okay,
yeah,
Mac a dime, man.
Exactly.
That's my boy.
But that's the point, and then the evolution of it is that Mac is now throwing shows, and people don't even know.
Yeah.
And that to me is important.
And I see the motherfucker, bro, and he'll see me, man, what's up, Crow? Whether we would talk, and he won't say nothing about, he don't boast or brat, like, just the coolest, humble dude, man. There's just a few dudes in here, like Dub C, like a couple dudes that I just fuck with. They're super cool, like, no matter what. Warren G. Yeah. Like, I mean, it could be a damn 8.0 earthquake. Warren G, like, hey, I see you, man. I'm going to this earthquake shaking kind of hard, man. I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm gonna hit the road.
But just some cool, just never.
Right.
Like you said, you just, like him with the cooking shit. Like Griffin, what's his name? Sniffing Griffins or something? Barbecue.
Warren G.
Like people be into all kind of shit, man. Like Tony do shit. Like I got a car business. I'm like I have my own dealership. So I just.
If you guys want a car, get a Croft. Get a Croft.
Don't call me for shit.
But that's the thing. I think part of the reason that I loved rap, and one of the early examples of this is my favorite rapper, Schoolie D. Like, he had his own record label. He did his own beats.
Looking at my Gucci.
Yeah, looking at my Gucci. It's about that time. But he had his record label. He drew his album art covers. He rapped. He produced. He did all these different things.
Music
did he do PSK?
Bro.
Yeah.
He did that shit?
Yeah. He did Gucci Time too?
Yeah.
No shit. We
one by
that.
One. Knocking them out. That's the shit right there.
But that's the thing. Like, I looked at him, And I was like, wait a minute, this dude has his own label. He's a rapper. He's a producer. He's an artist, drawing stuff. I was like, man, this dude is doing everything. This is amazing. The only thing he didn't really do was scratch, and that was Code Money. And I was just like, this is incredible. And that just got me when that record came out, I was 10. So like, that just got me thinking like in that mindset already. So when I got in the game as a writer, then I was like, oh, I'm writing for a magazine. Let me try to write for a newspaper. Oh, let me try to write for TV. Oh, let me try to write books. Or let me try to do these other things.
Right.
And that I learned that from rap. Like, you know, and that to me is one of the beauties of what rap has done, and, you know, hip hop culture in general, is that it's really shown a different layer of business to, I think, people such as myself that might have just said, oh, I'll just go get a job. Whereas now I try to, you know, do lots of different things around what I love, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Hasi? I think
You still pimping them hoes?
No.
You got hoes on the track.
No.
I'm gonna say something.
My track days are done.
And I'm gonna put High C on the spot right now.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Wait a minute. How much of this shit gone?
Here we go.
Pour another one. Okay, next year, Soren.
Yes.
Because our record came out in 1991.
Yes.
So 2021.
Scandalous.
It'll be 30 years old.
Damn.
And we, you know what?
The fuck?
You look good, and we still look
Thank
good.
you, man. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. And you know what we're gonna do? I want to do either we're gonna do Sit in the Park, or I'm Not Your Puppet over again.
Let's do it.
Just for old time's sake.
Okay.
You know.
That'll be dope.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So he said it right now.
I'm with that. That
Okay,
shit, we
cool.
should have been.
Roadium Radio exclusive.
Yes. So that's what I want to do. So 30th anniversary, just for the hell of it.
I'm still not your puppy.
Exactly.
There you go. Just throw the still in
And
there.
you know what?
man.
I have all access to the Roadium Swami still. We could do certain parts, and I'm sure we can get second. I'll get AMG's ass over here because they were all in the first one. Quick, try to get everybody on it. Just little cameo parts. Rock
That wasn't
motherfucker.
who? That wasn't the Hughes brothers.
No, hell no. That was Ian Fletcher.
Ian Fletcher.
That
God
motherfucker.
damn.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
The Hughes brothers.
Yeah, this guy was wearing leather pants with no drawers on a hot day.
What?
Okay. Yes. And I
That
think I
sounds
could
very confusing.
Okay, he was on some Jim Morrison Doors type of shit, you know.
I see.
like
Let
it.
your girl blow in the wind. Let it blow in the wind.
Then the Hughes brothers. Let's be honest. Much love, much respect to Alan and Albert, but their very first videos that they never mentioned was "Leave My Crows Alone," "Sit in the Park," and we gave them an opportunity to do our videos.
Yeah.
So, but you know, love and respect to those guys. So,
And they promised me a part in the.
me too. But my part was that I
the
didn't
movie.
I didn't show up.
Well, check out Albert has a new. Or the Hughes brothers have the new show, The Good Lord Bird. It's on Showtime. So be able to
They
check
did
that
that.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
They better get me in some shit. I'm telling you now, motherfuckers. Y'all better get me in some shit. Don't play. Y'all already know what it is. I don't.
We ain't old, Croft. We
Yeah.
can still swing them. We got into some shit before, like seriously, like with other people. Like one thing I know about
They was
Croft,
dope though, man. They
Of course.
they was dope.
They
would
have
spend
dope vision.
They like the twins back then. They would spend so much time Soren arguing with each other. Alan, no, the light should be here. I was like, we like, bro, if y'all don't fucking come on, we don't give a fuck. The day about to be over with.
Right.
But that's how passionate they were about like what they was doing. Like
And
one
young
was real
cats.
technical about like the camera lens and angles and shade and this and that, and the other was like more about performance and what you do in front of the camera. So they just was like a dope team.
Well, I remember when they did Menace to Society that to I guess I remember it most notably in the quote unquote white mainstream media. That was so foreign to them to have two directors working, and like you said, one more on the technical and one with the talent.
Yeah.
I remember with Menace that the reporters that went to the set were kind of like thrown off by that because they're not
Yes.
used to being a two-person enterprise.
right? And
Until this day, and it like that right now
Yeah.
in society, like we don't understand the kneeling thing, like certain shit is just like,
Yeah.
oh, now we finally,
Now we get it.
now we get it.
after us, they went and did "Brenda's Got a Baby," Tupac's first single.
Yeah.
You know, they started working with Tupac, and by the way, that documentary they released with Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah, Defiant Ones.
Yeah, that shit was dope, man.
Yeah.
So, as a matter of fact,
Was Trapped the first Tupac video though?
no, well, the first one they did for Tupac was
that they did. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
that
for Brenda's Got a Baby,
Brenda's
and
Got
I
a Baby.
remember because in every video they did, they had a cameo appearance.
I remember the UNLV hat Tupac had on, and I always was like, why is he wearing a UNLV hat? It's so strange.
It's weird. Back in the day, man, like
you just wear whatever.
You wear shit to match. Like now, I'm kind of like
black socks hat.
Yeah, like you will wear some shit to match, and it's like not like what you know. You know how the LA shit go. Your hats, your hat can get your motherfucking head knocked off.
The
if
first,
you got the wrong hat on.
The first guy that I ever saw wear a socks hat was D. Okay, and he got a marker and he crossed out a piece of the white and it said sex. And I thought that shit was dope. So
we was doing that for a minute. Yeah. The
Okay.
sex hat.
Okay, I'm not gonna say the name, but you had a hat that said N Ho. Do you remember that? N-I-G-G-A Ho.
Yeah.
That's what he did. And AMG had a hat that said, "What's up, bitch?" I just rocked.
Oh, the glory days.
Yeah, I just rocked scandalous. That was it.
But that was part of the LA culture. Go to the swap meet, get the embroidery, get the
that was the
hat
Dapper
made.
Dan-esque equivalent.
Yeah, but we didn't even know. We was on our own shit.
Yeah.
Because we was on more of like a white T-shirt with the big stitching, and LA was different.
Yeah, it's
different shit.
It's interesting too, and I remember once speaking to what High C was just saying about wearing the different colors. I remember not understanding really anything about gangs early on, other than the names.
Yeah,
I always thought it was interesting that later when I realized, like, oh, King T, Ice-T, Eazy-E, and NWA all wore neutral colors for so long, for years, until I guess around 91-ish, 92, and then it kind of changed where people were wearing their colors. But that really, looking back, when I started understanding it much more, I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. I never noticed.
And see,
go.
See, back like to me, like just my opinion, like they wore neutral stuff, but everybody in fucking LA, everybody in LA knew what side of the tracks they was from. Like when we came out, they knew. Like them dudes don't wear what those dudes wear, and it was like we didn't even have to say nothing. And to me, that's what's dope, Soren. If I don't have to, I know Soren's a made man because he's from a certain place. But now it's like more boastful, like I'm gonna wear this and I'm gonna wear that, and you're not really from that. You just portraying that shit. Like the craziest fucking time I had with that kind of shit was when I first went to Japan. And I saw like some big bald head motherfucker. They look like Southsiders. They look like cholos.
Yeah.
Tatted up, tats on their face, soaring, this and that. I'm like, damn, what the fuck the cholos doing in fucking Japan? They done took over. But the dude, and when he walked up to me, he was like, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm
wow.
Like, motherfucker, you got on, I'm talking about Dickies, stars, tats on his face, tatted up like this, but they love the culture. So it was like one of those things where I'm like, what the? He looked like a fucking killer, but he was so nice. He was,
wow.
I'm like, damn, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, one day Roadium Radio will take me to Japan. How about that? I've never been.
No?
Absolutely.
No.
Me love you a long time.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I'm going to speak it into existence.
Let's do it.
Me, Soren Baker, John motherfucking Elkins, and Crawford Wilkerson. I see. And I'll talk him into getting an IG because a lot of motherfuckers hit me up. Does High C have an IG?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Fucking with that IG.
So, anyways, now, let me go ahead and say this.
Japanese tour.
Yeah, 1991, 1992, wherever we fucking went. I don't know why they didn't ask them, but they would always ask me, hey, man, is High C and DJ Quick real bloods? The fuck? Like, different. I'll tell you what, when you see them, ask them. Fuck, the fuck? Like, you know where they're from. The COMPTON, homie.
Right.
Like, shit. But that was the number one question that I ever got. Now, I should be sharing with you a quick story. We were in Sacramento. And there was a guy, I was going in the elevator, Crawford, Quick. We had all performed out there. As a matter of fact, let me share this. It was a Halloween party, Halloween concert. Jodeci opened up for us.
Okay.
Jodeci had opened up.
That's an interesting bill right there.
As weird as that may sound, yes, okay. And we went back to the hotel, and I was the last one where my fucking turntables.
Back to the
yes, yeah. So I'm in the hotel. Somebody stops at the elevator from going up. It was maybe about 3 or 4 guys, and they go, "Hey man, what's up?" And I was like, "What's up, man? It's High C and DJ Quick Real Bloods." And I was like, "I'll tell you what, man. When you see him, you ask him, bro. I'm trying to go up there and go to sleep." I was wearing all blue because back in the day, that's what we wore, straight blue. We go upstairs, and I told them, hey, man, don't go downstairs. Some fucking idiots. About 30 minutes later, here's what we hear. Pat, 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 pat. Okay? About 15 minutes later, I go downstairs. That same dude who told me that was laying on his fucking back. He got killed.
Wow.
In the fucking hotel.
Damn. Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, he was looking for trouble, and he found it, man.
We didn't have nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
Right.
Nothing to do with it. You know, so people, when you hear DJ Quick write songs like Just Like Compton, you understand what he means. And he was a part of it.
Well, that's something I talk about in my book, The History of Gangster Rap, with My Summer Vacation and Just Like Compton. 2 different looks at the same thing of the gang migration throughout the United States from Southern California that I think is really powerful and sad, but also very important to understand that, you know, I think sometimes people really get confused that stuff can be really much realer than they realize.
Oh, it is, bro.
Yeah. And they think it's just a act or pretend.
It's not.
But yeah, when it's not, it's really not.
you know, I'm gonna share something with Crawford. I don't know if he ever knew this, but I'm gonna say it to him. And first of all, remember Bundy? Of course, we remember Bundy. Yeah. Not only was he was our security, he was our friend. Big Bundy, may he rest in peace. I remember we were in Texas, and what was Bundy originally from?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
East St.
And I know he played professional ball, if I'm correct.
I think he played, yeah.
And big dude. And he was so fascinated with the Compton culture that I remember he asked me, he goes, what's up, man? Where you from? And I was like, I'm from the city of Wilmington, homie. And he was like, how do you throw up a B? Now, back in the 80s, Wilmington had a lot of Bloods.
Okay.
East Side Pain to Chronicles on the west side. And I was like, they just throw up a B like this, bro. You know, and he was like this? And I was like, well, yeah, but I'm not trying to teach you. It was just a B. Oh, okay, cool, you know. And after a while, he was throwing up a B. I was like,
I
the
remember
fuck?
that.
You know,
it was fun. To us, we laughed because we know he was kind of just fucking around and joking, but he'll have it all smashed up like this. And he'll have it all like, you know, like all, and that's not how you do it.
Not the correct way.
Not correct, but it's funny because this motherfucker was like 6'6", 300 and probably 70 pounds.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That will beat your ass. Like, but he was just a good dude. It was just funny. He was like, yeah, now I'm blood. You know, I was like,
yeah.
Like,
you know, much love, much respect, and may you rest in peace, because he was our security.
Yeah.
Okay, big ass motherfucker. Now, let me share another story. We were in Texas, either 1991, the Palladium. Remember somebody threw a water bottle at Gangsta D from Second to None, and he jumped into the crowd and fucked that dude up.
Yeah.
Somebody threw a water bottle at one of us, and he jumped into the crowd and fucked that. Steve Yano has the footage. Like, seriously.
Wow.
We couldn't calm Houston down that Bushwick Bill had to go out there and, yo, slow the fuck down. Much respect, and you know, and may Bushwick Bill rest in peace. But we are like, hey man, this is your people. Go ahead, slow the fuck down, you know. But yeah, Bundy was a down motherfucker, man. He was a real one, but he was fascinated with the Compton culture.
yeah, a lot of people get caught up in that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Don't be hating.
Yes.
let's keep it going, Soren.
Okay. Well, we could talk for hours, but let's get to the next topic at hand.
I'm gonna serve High C just a little bit more.
You want me to tell the real? You want me to tell all this shit?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit more.
Okay,
but as far as there are two different things, because we have rapper and a DJ. So for you guys, it's always intrigued me, and one of the reasons why I did want to write my book, The History of Gangster Rap, was to show the super talent that we had on the West Coast of artists that I think often get overlooked. But I wanted you guys on the DJ perspective, and then from the rapping perspective, there's so much more to the West Coast than gangster rap. But do you think gangster rap was the main reason that the DJs here and the rappers here didn't get looked at with the same reverence as maybe artists in New York or different places that are so revered?
I see your point in that. Like back then it was, now it's like kind of almost, and I hate the shit, like it's almost kind of okay to be like quote unquote like the gangster, or the, like everybody looking for that gangster credibility or where they was from or who did this or what set they from. And back then it was like some real shit. This is where we from. My mom stayed here, my grandmother stayed here, and this is where I'm from. And we was just rapping about shit that we know.
Right.
Versus now it's like, let me be a blood. And I'm not trying to diss, I don't know subliminal sneak dissing, but some people's be like, they gotta be from a set kind of like to be on and rap, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
These new rap, like, man, I'm gonna be like, I'm a blood now, or I'm a Crip, I'm a this, like, just be who the fuck you are. It don't matter. If your shit is dope, it's
Right.
dope, you know. And that's kind of how I feel about it. It's it wasn't accepted back then, to answer your question, like it was. It was like, oh, fuck those gangsters, you know, don't give them no shine, no this and this and that. And for a minute, I think we got caught up in the actual fact of like not wanting to cross over and do commercials. I remember people talking shit about Hammer. Yeah, the sellout thing.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here. If you can go get a fucking $1 million check from Pepsi, or
go get it.
Hey, whatever, Pepsi.
Man, well, we right here.
Yeah.
But I remember to your
Bring that
point.
shit, yeah.
To your point, though, it's interesting because, like, just using, I would argue at the time, the biggest quote unquote crossover rapper from LA was Tone Loc. Yet he was in the Express Yourself video.
Yeah.
He was on the Above the Law album.
Yeah.
So even
But Tone Loc got ties to the hood, Soren. You know that Tone Loc.
I know that. Look at his name. Let's start there.
Yeah.
But
you know, motherfucking just,
all in the same gang.
Yeah.
But the point is that when people, I think, discount the artistry behind the lyrics, is where I get disappointed, because someone like Tone Loc, whether you like him or not, he had the cheapy, yo. He rapped about smoking weed way before that was popular on his biggest selling album, Looked After Dark. But the thing is, the reason I'm asking this question is because I think there's gangster rap, as powerful as it is, I think it also got people distracted from the value of street reporting, of the value of telling these stories, which is why I wanted to write my book, which was to show, if you look at Ice-T's lyrics and you print them out, or Ice Cube's, or whoever you like, DJ Quick, all these dudes that were the gangster rappers that were all his thugs or whatever, but you read what they wrote, like, just as itself, it's phenomenal. It's poetry. Just like we would
it's
look at
real life experience, though. That's
on
what
top of
people
that.
don't know. It's like, it's not some shit that, okay, let me sit. Like when we heard, like for me, and Tone, like he played it a lot too. 6 a.m, police at my door. That shit, it drove me nuts. Like, man, this shit was like, it was like my shit. Like he taking you through the neighborhood for just a person that's sitting way out in the Midwest somewhere that never knew nothing about California and how we rock and this and that. He telling you play by play. 6 a.m. This is real shit that didn't happen to a motherfucker that's really from the hood. Not just I'm saying this shit, or I'm just barking out shit, or somebody taught me, like I just said, to throw this up or do this shit. Soren, this is real shit. So people was kind of, to me, like, we want to fuck with it, but it's too much, kind of like. And I feel like me and Tone got caught in that same shit with Disney Records. That's a whole nother story. Like we was the first rappers to actually be signed on Walt Disney Records. And they did a lot of shit, bro, that like just to keep us, like they paid other people to come promote. Like if they wanted you to, like you had the big radio show, you was Howard Stern, they would pay somebody else to pay you to bring us on your show, if you get what I'm saying. Like they wouldn't just say, hey, I'm gonna pay, Soren directly, pay somebody else, get the money.
They were trying to hide us almost.
Trying to hide it, so it's like, I want to write a book like you. It's
they
like
didn't
one
want
of
to
those.
get their hands dirty.
Exactly.
And you know what, let me go ahead and say this. We are probably, and I say probably, the only album with a black and a Mexican on it when it comes to rap.
Right.
Okay. And just that broke barriers, and Disney didn't want to own that. So,
and actually was the first and the last after we cut up so bad on Disney Records. They had another division, rest in peace, like Funk and Klein. They call it like Hollywood Basic. Or
Hollywood Basic.
They never fuck with, like, it was over, bro. After us, like we got a story, bro. It's I'm telling you, it's
Well, I need
Hey,
to write
unique
that.
access.
I need to
it's
write
almost,
that movie.
You know, but it's almost like, why did you sign us? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why you know?
You know what? Like, you went to find us at the swap meet off of a fucking mixtape.
Right.
We weren't even looking for a fucking record deal, and then you signed us, and you want to hide us, like. And then you had a bunch of college kids that didn't know shit. We were traveling everywhere. Steve Yano was filming everything, Philadelphia, Wisconsin, wherever, and then take it back to them and say, why don't these record stores have our music, and we're signed distribution through WIA, Warner Electro Atlantic.
Big distribution. So my answer to you is everybody was intrigued with the gangster shit, and they was almost wanting to be affiliated in some kind of way to say, hey, I know somebody, or I know somebody that knows somebody, type of shit, but they never would just full-fledged be like, I stand behind this guy and I understand they plight to what they going through in the hood or different certain circumstances. A lot of us was just telling what the fuck was going on at the time. Just like the New York rappers was saying, I didn't know what the fuck a bodega was till I got out there and got me one of them bomb-ass slices of pizza. I was like, oh shit, the bodega is dope as fuck.
New York pizza's the shit.
That shit is good as fuck. But you know what I'm saying? I never knew that until SOREN I hit that. Them dudes didn't know what like
SOREN looked like,
but like, you know, like from LA, we got our own slang, or so like, oh, he banged on me, or I went around the corner, he hit me up.
Well, that was one of the things I loved about rap, because it was like we had early in the game, we had New York, we had Philly, we had LA general area, Miami, Houston. It was like I got to like learn the slang for all these different cities, and like how certain things meant certain things based on.
But once again, that's real shit. It's not like some fabricated, let me just make up some bullshit. And America didn't accept that shit until later. Like now, they just kind of, we in more award shows, we getting Grammys. It's like, back then, that shit, who was the first? Was it Mix-a-Lot that got the first? One of the first?
GJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
They got the first, and then I know... I like Big Butt, so my boy
Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Mix-a-Lot got something or whatever, but like we wasn't invited to no shit like that. We had the Source Awards and our different little shit. But recognition now, it's like, you know.
Ask you a question, okay? I think it's very important, and I think the public deserves it. I already know the answer, but it's, I need the public to hear it. Now, and SOREN, I've known you long enough now, we've spoke long enough where I know for a fact that you know hip hop. I know for a fact you do, okay? And I know Croft knows that. I know MC Ren, these people that you've interviewed know that you know hip hop. Here's the sad thing. So here's what I want to ask you. Do people ever look at you because of the color of your skin and say, what does a white guy know about rap? Or what is he doing writing a book about gangster rap?
Yeah, that happens. And the interesting thing is it happens, and it happens repeatedly, but the overwhelming majority of it is very positive, because like you guys, you can tell like I love it.
Yes.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Say.
And like, you know, even on Unique Access Entertainment, please subscribe and watch my videos on there if you haven't.
And share
already.
and comment.
Yeah, share, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. But like you said, MC Ren, you guys yourselves, I mean, like Ren, I've known since the 90s.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's let me come to his house and interview him because I'm friends with him. And we talk about things beyond the music, because I built a friendship with him because I love his music. And when like Tony A, when I first met you and I asked you lots of questions, like Ren, I've been asking him all these questions about life. Like, it's not, I'm only here because I love it. And I want to help celebrate it and champion it, but also do it in a journalistic way to where I'm not just like sucking dudes off. Like, I'm trying to really, you know, bring credibility to how it's covered and portrayed, as opposed to just doing fluff pieces. And that's why, like I said on the back of my book, I had Ice-T and DOC and Exhibit and Big Les, all people that Exhibit I kind of knew as he was rising, because I was, you know, we're almost the same age. He's a year older than me, but, you know, I met him early on.
Yeah.
But everybody else, you know, I'm looking at them on TV like, man, I wish I could meet the DOC, man. Like, Ice-T, man, oh my God. Like, he helped popularize gangster rap, and he did this, and he wrote Colors, and look at what he did on that song, showing like what happens if you're in a gang, and like the mentality, what's going through, like, do I want to be in this? Do I not want to be in this? So I always looked at it like intellectually. So when I sit down and talk to a Ice-T who doesn't need to talk to me ever or never needed to get to know me, like, they're reaching out to me. I got to do a book with Gucci Mane because when he talked to me, you could tell, like, yo, this dude knows me, knows my music and respects me. But then at the same time, I can turn around and DJ Quick thanked me on his album.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even a teenager when he came out. Or what? No, I mean, excuse me. I couldn't even drive when DJ Quick came out. You know, and if you buy the Trauma album, he thanked me on the album. And he shouted me out. And
But Soren, you know your shit, bro. Like, just talking to you off the camera, like, people respect, like I said about the gang shit, the genuine people. Like, you know, fuck the color. Like, to me, hip hop and the rap shit and all whatever you want to call it, it's a way of life. It's the way you roll. It's like more than just. It's more than just like, you know, I'm a rapper. It's your culture. We roll like this on the East Coast. We roll like this on the West Coast. We roll like this down south. And you know the shit. You're like the record keeper, the gatekeeper. You know, like what you was talking about, Atlantic Records, Sleeping Bag. You named all these fucking. I'm like, damn, this dude really know his shit. One of the hardest motherfuckers that ever, to me, just my opinion, that can rap. Eminem is like one of the hardest motherfuckers rapping. That will fuck anybody up that try to go at him.
Yeah.
White boy. So it fuck all of that. Don't matter. It's like your coach. You hear how Eminem speak, you can tell he been in the fucking filter. He was in the cut somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna tell you too. Like just using Quick as an example, when he thanked me on the album, you know, I've written about him extensively. Got to know him. And then he thanked me on Trauma. So when I went to the record release party, when he invited me to that, I saw him and I pulled him to the side and I said, yo, man, I really, like, that really means a lot to me, Quick, because not only do I admire you and look up to you and all this, but like, I really appreciate that we've built a relationship and we talk and we do all this stuff. And like, I see you out and we'll hang out here and there. And he says, Soren, man, you got fans too. And I'm like, whoa, you know, that's DJ Quick, you know. I know David Blake too, but like that's DJ Quick saying this to me. And again, I couldn't even drive when the dude put out his first record. Like I was, you know, and shout out to the first song on the first album because then I knew I could identify. Yeah. So it's like, but the point is, like, that's why when I really am living my dream. So when I see the haters and stuff, it is what it is, man. Like, okay. Some of my boys, Tony. Before you get to that, the last thing, one of my boys says, "Soren, you've forgotten more than these people will ever even know."
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And I'm like, well, I try not to forget anything.
Yeah. Sorry. You just mentioned haters. You have haters?
Yeah, man. Like, I get it's funny because I'll never forget. When I worked at Rap Pages, I got to shout out Alan Gordon. He gave me my first job. Rap Pages. So that's why I moved to LA. I got my job. I graduated from college, didn't have a job. Alan Gordon, always indebted to him. He gave me my job. So I moved out here to work at Rap Pages. And back then, there's no social media. So it's all, you know, I was writing for newspapers, magazines, what have you. So then I get the job at Rap Pages. You know, nobody put their picture in the magazine, what they look like or whatever. So I would get these letters. I still have them. They thought I was a black woman, my articles. So I got these letters like, oh, our black queen is so great that you got this job. And they're writing me these like, you know, these girls.
You didn't dress up and you had to read them, did you?
No, these girls are writing me these letters saying like they're so happy and excited that Rap Pages had hired this black woman to do this great writing. And I'm like, I showed them to Alan and all these people. They were just laughing. They're like, they think you're a black woman? Like, what in the world? Yeah.
You did the Theo on their ass. When Theo, everybody thought Theo was black. He was, hey, this is Theo. You know
He was the first catfish, homie. He was the first catfish.
Hey, that's my boy Theo. Shout out Theo.
Well, I never met Theo, so I can talk.
Yeah, that's my.
I met that fool. Okay, let me just stop, bro.
But yes, Tony, the answer is
that fool was wearing dookie braids when I saw him out.
That's the homie, man.
I know, but I got love for you, so I'll take it back. Is that cool?
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so
rewind.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's weird, man, because I get so much love, and you know, I'm good friends with Dana Dane. I'm good friends with Exhibit, and it's just like I'd much rather that people like Dana Dane and Exhibit like, respect, and admire me and hang out with my daughter and my lady and all this other stuff than worry about some dude saying I'm a culture vulture in the comments.
That's
like,
fucking bullshit.
You know, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, the funny thing is, too, so many artists, from Jay-Z to Big Hutch, have said so many things to me in person, on and off camera. Like even Dr. Dre. Just so many people. Cube's driven me around in his car, like when I've interviewed him and hung out with him for like.
Soren, you're the fucking record keeper, man. Do this shit, bro. That's what you. Everybody got a position to me to play. Tony spins the record, DJs, produce hell of a producer. Like, you know, we write lyrics. Like everybody job is important. The motherfucker that's writing on the wall, that's showing you certain stuff. Like, it's no end to this shit, bro. Like the person behind the cameras. Like, I mean, everybody, bro. Like, everybody got a part. And your part is just as important as the next man part.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on now to get into writing and producing and directing movies.
Awesome.
So, you know, that's my next steps.
Don't do me like the Hughes brothers did.
Yeah, exactly. No, but let me say this. When people ask me, are you ever going to get back into production? I'm going to be real with you. I love directing and filming better than me. Working with John, it's amazing. It's amazing. Because now, you know, back then we talked about it, Croft. Yeah. But now you can see it.
Absolutely.
You know, when you film it, you can actually see like the lyrics. To me, music is three-dimensional. You know, not only can you hear it, can you feel it, but now you can see it. So I'm thankful for today's technology. And let me give a shout out to, real quick, to everybody from my neighborhood, from the city of Wilmington, from Wilmas, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, High C, DJ Quick, Second to None, AMG, and I can continue to go on and on and on. They've all came to my neighborhood, came to my house, and rapped on my mixtapes in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that. I'm very grateful for that. And it's about time that my neighborhood be recognized. Crawford claims his neighborhood from the city of Compton. Much love, much respect to them. Compton stand up, but also Wilmington stand up. Because we have history in this hip hop game. So,
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, it's amazing.
So, what's the next question?
Oh, I thought we were out of time. I thought
no, keep going. We got a couple of more hours. I'm only playing. I'm only playing.
Shit. No, but I think for you guys on the creative side, this is just a very different off subject from what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
But as a rapper, High C, and as a producer, Tony A, I want to get from you guys, when the laws changed about sampling and it became basically almost impossible to sample, how did that affect you guys creatively?
You want me to go first?
Well, you produced too, High C.
Go.
For me, it was actually good.
Okay.
It was good because you. And I hate to like beat the same old drum, but like to me today, like me and Quick talked about it. It sounds like it's one big ass like extended mix, and everybody's rapping on the same soundtrack. Like Tony produced like it's the 808 kit. Even Lil Boomer and shit produced back here. He like the 808 kit with the hi hats and the same all this shit. It's like if you take the 808 kit away, you gonna make motherfuckers do something else like different. Like no, don't use that 808 kit. Stop using that big ass boom. Stop using everything. And now let's see where the rest of these guys go. So to answer the question, when it became strict laws on sampling, it was like, okay, now we got to be creative. And it's like we have certain tricks that we can do. We can take like a snare and truncate the snare, snatch the snare out of a certain song. That's a clean snare. You still have that feel. You know what I mean? Like take the bass, like a kick from a certain place, or take something else and still make it like my song that I have now that Quick producing. Quick, that's like my bro. I love Quick. He took Let Me Know. Everybody always say, man, when they hear High C, Let Me Know, they be like, man, that's like a Roger and Zap. That's not a sample at all. But that's just how we had to like sit down and figure out how to continue to make the shit feel like the good shit, but it's actually original and it's not borrowing or plagiarism or we taking anything from anybody. You know what I'm saying? So to me, like when you shut something off, like a thief, if you put a lock on something, that motherfucker gonna be like, okay, you put the lock on your steering wheel, I'm gonna figure a way to break that shit off.
Can I give a 30-second to a
Okay.
minute
Yes.
DJ Quick celebration and tribute? So basically, I think DJ Quick is the best rapper producer of all time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen him make beats. I've seen him in the studio. But when Exhibit and I had a radio show, Open Bar Radio on K-Day, one of the times
I remember that.
we had, so we had DJ Quick on. And one of the things that we did at the time, I didn't appear on it, of course, but they made a song called The Anthem. So they were making it, we were making it at the time, and DJ Quick did a verse. So I'd seen Quick on the producer, the engineer, the mixing side of things in the studio, but I'd never seen him write a verse. So basically, we're at Exhibit Studio, and DJ Quick is sitting there with the yellow notepad, writes his lyrics, writes his verse, and then goes in and spits it. And I had never seen that in person. So, like, it was just astounding, to your point, I see, about how amazing Quick is that I think as great as people look at him musically, I think they underestimate his genius as a lyricist, as a storyteller, as a writer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just off the charts as far as how
he can
talented
bar.
he is.
Yeah, he can bar, man.
Quick side note.
No, that's dope. And Quick is the type that he will help you, like when you writing your shit or doing, like me and him sit in exchange, like we couldn't find a word that rhymes with this or something like that, and I'd be like, man, say that, and he'd be like, no, I don't say that, this and that. Like, we just throw each other shit, and it's just so dope to how he'll think of some of the craziest shit, like you said, lyricists.
Oh yeah,
because he done already did the beat is already knocking, and he'd be like, well, Croft, what if you say blah 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 blah? And I'm like, nah, I don't say it like that, sir. Say this, and we just throw shit, and he's open, bro. Like it's crazy. Like and to rewind it a little bit, not to take too much time, but Quick was like the DJ, and I was like the MC, like the rapper. And this is before we met Tony. Quick had like this old keyboard, and we'll just sit in his house, and he'll make these beats up and shit, and I'll be fucking around with him, rapping to him. And he never really, to me, like had the desire to rap, and then he just started getting into it, and you hear his voice and just how he speaks, articulate, and he just, but still had the gangster edge to it and shit. Like, dude is really serious about anything about music. It's like that dude, he's like all in 100%. He's just like invested in anything about music, compressors, boards, lyrics, whatever it is, he's invested.
Now, I'm going to share something about DJ Quick real quick. When I first met Quick, I met him through him. He walks into Audio Achievements, he's wearing a hat, and he's wearing the trench coat that he wore on Born and Raised in Compton video.
The long trench coat.
Yes.
See how Soren knows the shit? He's the record keeper.
All the way down to the ground.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that was the Born and Raised in Compton video of Ian Fletcher trench coat that he wore. And I met him. He leaves, okay? I go to Gritty Greg's, which he was here earlier, and he's there. And he tells me, I want to ask you a question. He goes, I know you've been Audio Achievements. That was studio where Dre and those guys were filming producing NWA. He goes, do they have an automated board there? Keep in mind, I don't know what the fuck an automated board is. And I was like, I don't know. He goes, does he use does he pan his hi-hats left and right like automated, or does he turn it with his finger? And I was like, I don't know.
Scooby snacks.
Yeah, keep in mind he was probably about 19 years old at the time. Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck he was asking. I was just trying to learn SB12. That's all, because I had to produce High Seas that record. So
start small.
Yeah,
one step at a time.
One thing that I learned about Quick and that I learned about Dre, they're both geniuses. Okay,
absolutely.
You look at Quick's first album; it went gold, no problem. Everybody knew that it was just a matter of time he was gonna fucking blow up.
Platinum.
Yeah, it went platinum.
Yeah. But let me define gold: 500,000, platinum, 1 million. We're not talking about streams; we're talking about record sales.
Yep.
Okay, because today this new generation, they think streams. No, record sales. Okay, so now he went from the first album. By the way, my favorite song off that first album wasn't Tonight, Born and Raised in Compton. It was Loped Out Hood. That was on some gangster shit.
Super. It's all in my book, The History of Gangster Rap. I broke it down because
Yeah.
he's talking about the streets and the neighborhoods in a
That
way
was some
that really
straight-
wasn't done.
Straight gangster shit. Okay,
Right.
so now he goes from, his Quick as a Name, the album, to Way Too Funky.
Right.
From samples to going all the way live, Robert Bacon. He picked out
The funkster.
The perfect dude. And let me tell you something I learned from Quick, like the way I learned from Dre. Quick was on some next level shit before we even saw it.
Guess
You
who
know?
brought Robert Bacon around?
Who?
High C. It's a lot of untold stories. Like,
Yeah, and that's
I
why we're
introduced Easy E to Quick.
Yeah.
He'll tell you when you talk to him again. Like, man, how you? There's a lot of shit that like we have stories that's
Coming soon on Unique Access Entertainment.
And I was introduced to Eazy-E by
Rob
Dr. Dre. I was introduced to Sir Jink by Dr. Dre, all on the same day.
Let's get to the Dr. Dre thing. Because Dr. Dre, anyone to me that says he's not the best producer in rap history, to me is ridiculous to even say anything else.
I would have to agree.
But one of the amazing tests is if you play anything from Ruthless, but it doesn't matter what Ruthless thing
Right.
that he did. If you play that on your stereo and you have a real stereo, and then you play literally anything else from that era, it will sound like half as loud. Do it right now. People watching and listening. It's astonishing to hear the sonic difference of what they did versus literally everyone else.
But don't that go back to what I was saying earlier in the interview when people got this pop-up little rap
Yes.
shit that they can do on
Yes.
the computer
It's a
and
whole
sonically
different-
it's not even it's some
That's the other
shit.
thing too, man. It's like I talk to my friends about this too, like, and you guys know from being there and creating some of this exact music I'm talking about, and Tony A and I have talked about this, but like when you listen on a real stereo or you listen on real headphones, not like iBuds or whatever,
Right.
and you can hear the panning and the different channels and like the sound goes like people don't it's not that they don't do it as much anymore, it's that it's rare to hear it executed at the level that the Dre's and the Quicks and the Marley Marls and these guys were doing in the 80s and the early 90s at such the Bomb Squads, like just at this super ridiculously advanced level with relatively primitive equipment by comparison.
Dre had this Tone, you can attest to this.
Yes.
Dre had an edge, bro, and this is the first time when
808?
that fucking you know what I was about to say.
Of course.
This is the first time, and this is for the producers, by the way, if y'all fucking around. The 808 drum was old, like it's you know, Soren, you know what the 808 is. It's about this big. It's an old ass piece of equipment that's been around. The 808 was actually a failure, I was told, when they produced it. Roland was like, you know, they didn't know what the fuck to do with it. They like people hated it. Like other
I think
people,
that's
the
how it got in
mainstream,
the hands of rappers, or rap producers.
the mainstream
actually.
people like hate. It's like it was a piece of shit to them.
Right.
I walked into Donovan. This one me and Tony we was working on. I'm Not Your Puppet. I looked. Dre left his equipment there because we kind of Steve and Dre had this relationship or whatever. We come and get equipment. I looked at the back of Dr. Dre's 808, and he had this MIDI, and you know what MIDI is. I never seen a fucking 808 with MIDI on it. He had it built into this fucking 808, which it doesn't exist anywhere in the world. So MIDI allows you to lock your shit up to your songs and your rap, and it plays right out of the machine instead of going to tape. And that's why I think when you said you hear shit that's certain like louder than other shit, that's what Dre was doing to cheat. And I also think that I think he was cheating. Dre, my dude, Dre know I love him. I see Dre, we always holler at each other. Like I never seen Dre when he didn't say, "Hey, what's up, how is he?" Like that's my dude, man. I love Dre. But I think he had a relationship with Big Bass Brian at the mastering plant. Like, look, Brian, here go the bag or whatever, here go the sack. My shit gonna sound like this and keep all them other dudes like that. And like, cause this shit always, but not distorted. It was like loud as fuck, clear, punchy.
And we mastered the shit at Big Bass Brian, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today people master the shit at home.
Yeah, this shit's different.
Well, if they master it.
They don't even master it.
They master
people have told me, oh, I master shit like in 20 minutes.
Right.
You know, that's why it sounds the way it sounds.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's a difference, and
That's why your shit sound fucked bad.
Yeah, and that's where you know, the real sonic.
I'm joking.
The
Your
sonic
shit sound
variance is dramatic. It's dramatic.
You know, so we can go on for hours and hours and hours. So we got 2 more out. I'm only playing.
We only have 2 hours to go.
Yeah, but
y'all gonna be here by yourself. It's hot as fuck in here, man.
yeah, it's a sun, homie. You work out. You know how it is. So, but
I ain't been working out. My stomach been growing. Muscles been shrinking.
you know, I'm gonna say this.
The COVID body.
Yeah. One thing about Crawford that I'm gonna say. I know Miss Crawford, not High C, but I love Crawford. I've been on him for a long time. Since we were teenagers. We worked together. Our careers were built together, and they bloomed from there. So I've learned a lot, man. So this guy is like my brother, and I just number one. First of all, I wish him nothing but the best. Okay. Second, I wish people learn from us that, you know, there could be a duo and get along and prosper and go forward. Today, everybody wants to be a solo rapper or whatever, but sometimes, you know, 2 can work. Sometimes 2 can go forward, you know. So, other than that, you know what? I wish nothing but the best for Crawford. 2021, I expect either for him to choose a song. I'm not your puppet or sit in the park, but we're gonna do it.
30 years, let's do it.
30 years. I mean, think about this, Croft. You know this, and may the rest in peace. You have homies that you lost.
Yeah.
I have homies from my neighborhood that I've lost.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm thankful that we thank God that we're still here.
Still here, man.
So let's do it, and let's do it for the fans. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if we get 2 views.
My mom's and your mom's.
Yeah, exactly.
So whoever
and we'll be happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, I like to go, like, while I'm on record, man, and thank Tony. And it's just like when shit is good, you know how time flies, you never realize. Tony is at like 100, as we say, 100. A fucking 100, bro. Let me shake your hand.
It's big time.
100, that's big as fuck. And Tony always had, like, he was always a go-getter, man. He never, like, sit around and waited. He, like, Tone was always into, like he said, mastering the drum machine or the MP. Like, he jumped into shit, and he would never give up, bro. He would just get into it until he mastered it. And, bro, this shit you doing on the Roadium radio shit, like I said, when you get the contract for me, the 5-year... Whatever you want to, $2 million, whatever, you know what I'm saying, John, whatever y'all want to throw me.
This is part of your history, homie.
I'll be like the fucking sous chef or whatever you are.
Yeah, and like I said, once you get his thing, I'm ready. Just, you know, get it.
Because we know you're making big money right now, but we talk about that.
We're all gonna go to Japan, homie. All of us.
But Soren, I like to thank you. Like, this is big, bro. 100.
Yeah, it's huge.
Fuck, this is 100, bro.
It's big, man.
I didn't take it. You like sushi?
Not really.
Teriyaki bowl?
I'll fuck with the teriyaki.
Okay, I'll take you. I took AMG out, but we need to fuck with some sushi. Yeah, most definitely. You like sushi, Soren?
I do.
Okay, we're all gonna get together. It's on me, and I know the perfect spot. So I'll get you guys together.
That's sushi.
I love sake. You like sake?
That's alcohol, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my hell, Soren, what's going on, man?
Soren,
you got something happened, huh? You
you
blacked out. You did the Hangover Part 2 or something, huh?
Nah.
What happened, Soren?
If he gets drunk, he's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Bitch, I'm the motherfucking real rapper, Soren, bitch.
I'm the real
King Kong ain't got shit.
I know, huh? You gonna do your first album? Got a whole album waiting on the motherfucker.
Exactly.
Get me to the studio. Nah.
Okay.
But once again, for real, thanks, like, John, Tony, man, 100, bro.
Hey, John motherfucking Elkins. You gotta say his name right.
John, man. What's up, bro? Yeah, bro. 100.
That's big.
100.
And I'm half 100. So
100. I'm getting close.
So you're getting close. I'm gonna be there. Yeah. I'm gonna pop out of the cake with a G-string.
Hell yeah.
I'm on the plane.
As long as I ain't there, I'm
in a
cool.
pro club. Hey, you know what? Every time I hang out with this guy, it's like we pick up right where we left off.
Man,
like seriously.
That's real love. I love this.
Like
is my
seriously,
bro, man.
seriously.
Love this guy.
It's big, man, and I just want to thank you guys both for having me for this, because you know, it's just one of those, as Dana Dane would say, full circle moments, man. Like, just learning about both you guys through Scanless, knowing a little bit about you guys before that, but to see the partnership from that album and all the great material you guys made before on that album and then afterwards. You know, it's an honor to be here, man. And congratulations to you both.
Soren, right back at you, man. I got to figure out like my phrase of what I want to say. Like, you know how you got the Hall of Records when you're doing escrow or some shit for houses? Like, he's the Hall of Record, like the gatekeeper. He knows the labels. He knows what verse, what song, who said what. Like, we need that shit, bro. Like, if people not keeping track of this shit, like, where's the history? Where's, like, we need that shit. Like, I got onto certain shit because of my mom and my aunt with the Al Greens and the James Browns and the Rick James, and that shit to me was like, I used to look at the Rick James album and be like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit, these chicks on here, and he got, you know, busting out, or Mary Jane or whatever. So the shit has to carry on.
He was a real freaky.
He keep the records, man.
Yes, he keep the records.
Yeah, well, my funny quick story on that is I learned about not all, but the majority of the music backwards. Because I would hear the song, and then my friends, I would go to their houses and hear the samples from their parents. Because my dad was a huge Beatles fan, or still is, but my dad's a big Beatles fan, and then he liked like Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan. So I didn't hear a lot of, even though he had some Stevie Wonder and James Brown and stuff, but I didn't hear a lot of it. So like when I would go to my friend's house and like just say with the, you know, the Mary Jane Girls or something all night long, I'd be, Big Daddy Kane, wait a minute.
Yeah, no,
that's where that's from. Because I'd be like, oh, I was just at my friend's house and they were playing the original version, and then I hear it sampled. Oh, that's what.
But look at Walk This Way, Run DMC. Like,
Aerosmith.
If it's good, bro, it's good.
It's like, gonna make it, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna make it. Just like all three of us did.
Yes, sir.
We made it.
Yes, sir. And I'm thankful. You know, one thing that I'm thankful for, Soren, honestly, is that I'm still alive, brother. You know, that I'm still alive because me and him have lost a lot of homies, and we're still here. So I'm very thankful for that. And we're here to celebrate it and talk about it, so that we're still alive. So thank God for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, bro, for inviting me to the.
Thank you, my
Tom
brother.
called me up, man, and it was like, "Hey, I'm on the way, man." He talked to me. He said it's 100. I said, "Man, don't worry, I'm there." 100.
You know, teenage friends. So I'm thankful for that. Crop, any shout outs you want to give right now's the time, brother?
Right now, man, I just want to shout out, everybody, man. I just appreciate what's going on at this time when, like, people are bringing awareness to all the situations that's going on throughout the whole country with the whole, just everything, bro. Like, just to me now, it seemed like doors are being open. People are even being called out, like in the industry that was kind of like bullies and fucking over people and doing shit that they wasn't supposed to be doing. Like, I just like now that it's kind of like we pulling the motherfucking like wolves and the crabs and all the parasites and shit, like with a vacuum sucking them out of the rocks and the, you know, because motherfuckers had their hand on this industry and just overall in the country, to me, just like had us kind of like in a chokehold. And it was like, if you say something, it's like, we don't believe in what's happening. So to me, it's a perfect storm. And I hate that I have to say it like that because a lot of people lost their lives through this pandemic. But when we was locked down, confined to our space, looking at TV and listening to people, social media, got a chance to let people voice their opinion and let people know what was going on in the whole country. And now it's like, damn, this shit was really going on. Because at first we was too busy doing our own job. We got the stock market. We got $1 million deal. We didn't give a fuck about, that's their shit. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck. But now when everybody got a timeout, a good timeout, and got a chance to see what was going on in the world, like, it's just a good time, man. And you just got to adjust to the time. Like, don't look at it as a bad thing. I lost a friend to COVID. Like, it's not like people say it's fake or whatever, but that's your opinion. You can say that. But I have a very close friend that fucked me up. Like, I'm talking to him 3 days ago, and then I called back, and it's like, he passed away. I'm like, what the? That's not true. Like, COVID really hit. So for me, just the people, the awareness of everything that's going on with like the whole injustice, the whole systemic stuff, everything is being brought to the table, and I like that about that. And Tone, thanks for letting me say that on your
all good,
100 show,
all
bro.
good,
like,
brother.
to me, I just love that people, like, all the shit's coming out. You know what I'm saying? All the skeletons, all the
Jeffrey Epsteins.
Some people get fucked up. Like, the documentaries is slamming motherfuckers. Like, but I just like that it's coming out, because if you're good within yourself, you don't have to worry about none of this shit. Like, I never fucked over nobody, or I don't plan to neither. Tone never did. Soren, you never did. You never would have made it this far if he was fucking over people. So the people that don't need to be here, let them be exposed. Let them come out. You know?
And I think that's why we have a good name still, because we never fucked anybody over.
Yeah.
You know, but let me go give a shout out to, first of all, my neighborhood, my city, where I was born and raised, pretty much in the city of Wilmington. Go ahead and serve yourself some more crop. My city of Wilmington.
We done knocked down half a bottle.
I know, between us. But
I said one. Remember how we supposed to say one?
Yeah, exactly. But we're gonna have another one after this, so don't let me trip.
Fuck.
So, my neighborhood, the city of Wilmington, the city of Wilmington, my people that have loved and supported me from day one. I just want you to know that you guys have been a part of hip hop from the very beginning. I want to give a shout out to my boy Jaime. He owns a record label called Know Thyself. He's got some amazing artists. I'm gonna give a shout out to him. Also, I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Angel. Owns the biggest restaurant in the city of Wilmington, Los Tres Cochinitos. Yeah, give a shout out to my son, B. Scanless, for helping me promote this. I mean, there's just so many people that I can give a shout out. Oh, let me give a shout out to my boy Jen from Fashion Town. Thank you for blessing me with the SAP. Thank you for blessing me with the Pro Clubs. This guy blessed me with gear so that I can sport on Roadium Radio. He understands culture.
I didn't get shit, huh?
Yeah, I'll get you some. Don't worry about it. Just
don't forget me.
Yeah. Like what do you wear? Like medium husky?
Medium.
Okay, medium.
No,
Okay,
large.
Jen, medium. Okay, large. Okay, or medium husky.
Large here too.
Large here too for Soren Baker. Jen from Fashion Town, he understands the culture. He loves the culture, and you know, you walk into his shop and he buys nothing but fucking hip hop, especially some high C's DJ Quick. I'm gonna have to take you there, okay? Okay, and so much love, much respect to him. To my boy El Jefe, Baja Mariscos. This guy, you tasted it, ceviche. And delicious. His like shit is off the fucking chain on me. Other than that, if I forgot anybody, my boy Boomer, the Remedy Yard. Let me give a shout out to him. Second to none, AMG, DJ Quick, everybody who was a part of my beginning. And last but not Gritty Greg. Last but not least, I want to give a rest in peace to Steve Yano, because without him, I would not be here. Yeah. So obviously, he was a big part of my life. Gave me my first job when I was 11 years old. So I'm 52 years old. I've known this guy for over 40 years.
Wow.
So thank him. He brought us together.
Yeah, he put us together, man.
So I can never forget that. And I want to thank all the Roadium Radio fans. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of this. I love you guys. I guarantee you, whatever you guys ask me, I will try to meet those requests. So, so thank you guys for tuning in. Other than that, Soren, I want to thank you for being here, for accepting my invitation, and making this happen. So 100th episode, everybody.
100.
I see.
Yes.
Soren Baker, unique access. Like, subscribe, share, comment, negative or positive.
Yes.
So go ahead, brother. You ended.
All right. Well, I'll give my shout outs. First and foremost, I got to thank my parents, because they raised me to, appreciate and respect anyone of any background and treat them as I'd want to be treated and treat them equal.
Yes.
And, that's been crucial to my life to, regardless of what somebody is or what they believe in or who they are, you got to treat them with respect. And that's, led me here, and their support of my career has been huge as well. I got to thank my daughter, Lauren, for, making me happy every day. My woman, Davita, I love you. And, all my family and friends that have supported me to enable me to get this far in the game, to allow me to write books like The Gucci Man Guide to Greatness and The History of Gangster Rap, both in stores worldwide.
I like Soren. I'm fucking
and please, Unique Access Entertainment. Subscribe to that. Watch me on there. Like I said, I got Ice-T interviews on there. I got MC Ren. I got MC8. I got Dana Dane. I got so many interviews. Tony A is all on there. High C is coming soon.
High C is coming.
Yeah, we in sync.
That's chemistry.
Yeah, man. I'm about to have an epic interview with High C. But I've got Jay Prince on there. I interview a wide range of people, man. And I'm just very fortunate and very blessed to be able to live my dream, man.
Yeah.
I dreamt to figure out how to be involved in rap, and knock on wood, and thankfully I've been able to make a career out of it. And, you know, it's a blessing. Every day I realize that. So no matter what else is going on in the world, I'm like, I got rap. So I'm lucky.
Hall of Records.
Yes.
One last question for High C. He doesn't have to answer. High C, are you Mexican?
All the time, shit.
There you go. And we're out of here, Soren. Yeah.
Roadium Radio, we out. Episode 100 in the books.
You got it.